Somewhere downriver, a place that he calls home, there lived a forgiver of all that's done him wrong. Far past growing tired of the threats to what creates all of life. On his shaking knees, he will stand up tall and call out the time to fight. A young girl, all grown up, on the land that she's always known. Now the strangers have shown up and are digging up her granddaddy's bones. It doesn't seem to matter what's sacred, it doesn't seem to matter what's right, but she won't lay down and take it no more. This little girl is full of fight.
Fishing experiment started. Let's hear a word from our sponsors. The RLM Elite Box from simplefishing.ca is the subscription box with the most hard baits. This box comes every second month for you're not overloaded with boxes, but the selection is second to none. Bass box, pike box, walleye box, a multi-species box, and one of our favorites, the ice fishing box. We'll solve all your fishing needs. You'll catch more fish. You'll get baits that you've never tried before. Use discount code FearFishing at checkout. Save $10 on your first RLM Elite Box. Simplefishing.ca. Mike Carnegie isn't only part of the Fear Fishing family and an angler. He's a financial advisor with Northstone Wealth. Mike wants to help you plan for your future. He wants to set your retirement up for you can spend as much time on the water and with your family as possible. But the time to set it up is now. You start pre-fishing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for that big tournament on the weekend. Financial planning is exactly the same. Give Mike a call at 905-925-0663. Not only would Mike like to help you out with your financial future, but new clients get their very own RLM Elite Box. Call Mike at 905-925-0663 today. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Fear Fishing Experiment number 78. Woo! Back in the studio, homie.
Wow.
We're back in the studio. We're back home. We got the... Man, we've moved this thing around a lot.
A little claustrophobic in here compared to what we've been doing.
What we've been doing the last couple.
Yeah.
Anyway, for anybody who doesn't know me, I'm Ian West. I wrangle these cows.
I heard cats.
Cats?
I heard some bull.
Cows don't work. We got some bulls. We got some cows. We got some everything. It's pretty much just a farm.
Alex Jones voice in there for a second.
Did I?
Yeah.
This is war. We're going to start that already into the show. Why did my chair just sink?
I just thought I got taller. I was going for it.
Wow.
We'll have to get back to that.
That was a little weird.
That
was weird.
I have an interesting segue for that.
Do you?
Yeah.
So anyway,
I'm feeding them.
my name's Ian. To my left,
I'm Mark.
ex-host, co-host.
Yeah.
New to the
Titleist.
table. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all
A
right.
little bit of a rough day, I'll be honest, but
We're gonna get into that.
Yeah. We probably will, won't we?
Yeah. Yeah. You probably shouldn't tell anybody when you make
I shouldn't say
a
nothing.
boo-boo like that.
I guess not.
Keep going.
Oh, well. I'm Mark. Who are you?
I'm me.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Hey. I'm me.
Sean McCall.
Sean McCall.
Right.
You guys speak into that microphone, eh?
Sean McCall.
He wasn't here last time. We forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amber, that was your cue.
Oh, sorry. I'm Amber.
Amber,
I heard cats.
Okay.
how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Excited to do the
How
show?
about you? Yeah.
I'm good.
We've had a good week or two.
Is our camera, your guys' camera working?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Hey.
You guys are in?
We're in.
there.
We're in.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
Yeah.
Good?
Fantastic.
You're excited?
Yeah. Just working out the live in studio technical glitches.
We just set this back up today. For anybody who's listening, we did this in the last
Show's
4 hours.
been on the
So
road.
The
Yeah, we've
show's
been
been on the
mobile.
road. It's
Yeah.
so there may be some technical difficulties here in the next little bit. But Brian,
Feels like a long
the
time.
music man,
Yes, sir.
how's life on the road been treating you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Keeping busy, that's for sure.
Yeah, doing gigs?
Yep.
That's awesome to hear, man.
Got another busy month coming up.
Yeah?
Ahead, yeah.
Your final, well, I'll get to your final thought.
Do you do weddings? Are you like the wedding singer?
Oh, my God, that's such a great question.
Yes, I actually do weddings.
Yeah?
I do, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I have done weddings in the past, and I
That'd be
will
a
do weddings in the
kick-ass
future,
wedding.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah?
Okay,
That's awesome.
let's
There you
quickly
go.
say hi to Amy.
You'd rock a wedding.
Because we got to get
Yeah,
back
I
to
would.
this. This is what we're
I
going to
don't-
open the show with. Say hi, Amy.
I don't get married myself, but I do.
Ooh.
That's a great answer. I like that answer.
I am there.
Down with that.
Be careful.
Amy, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Good.
You
Never getting married.
Apparently, we do this on air. so
Surprise.
that's
how's the
ever.
the haircutting business going?
cool. It's been good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You made an announcement on Facebook.
I did.
We haven't announced that since
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Woo.
Full-time at the salon. And,
What?
Amazing beard trims.
Yeah, we just did
Yeah.
grinds before we came in
Well,
here.
looks good. I
Oh,
noticed.
look at that. I was going to say,
I
wow.
noticed.
It looks nice.
I did.
Nice and clean.
Now back to Brian. What is the most interesting gig you've ever done?
Oh man, I've done some interesting gigs.
Keep it PG.
Interesting or non-PG?
Like weird,
where do we want to
like-
go?
Like the
Weird.
weirdest thing anybody's ever asked you to play at.
I got so much crazy
You know,
stuff.
you know what?
Yeah, me
Like,
too.
you know what? Sometimes it's just like you go to play something and you don't think it's gonna be weird, and then you get there and you're like, alrighty then.
Yeah.
This is what this is gonna be like.
This is weird.
Have you ever played to a crowd of like people, like old seniors, or like you thought this was going to be a rockin' jam and it was just like the total wrong crowd?
I've had crowd surprises, like being like, you know, I wouldn't say like all a bunch of like, you know, seniors and stuff like that. Like I've had like majority of seniors in the crowd and stuff. I'd have to say one time, like I played at the International Adult Film Festival,
No way.
Oh, yeah?
Interesting.
and it was
Got any pictures?
Need a roadie?
and it was interesting.
Can I be your gaffer?
all those
I'll be the grip.
How did you
all the
get signed up for that?
all the stuff that like we were playing music, and it was like an industry type thing, so all the people in the industry are
Yeah, there.
mingling,
Mingling.
and so to say, and the stuff that was like they had like a lot of TVs and stuff all set up everywhere, and,
I gotcha.
and there's a lot of
Distractions.
these things going on everywhere, and, and
How did they get you to do this? Did they call
they
you and
asked.
they're like straight up?
They asked. Was it a
Are
volunteer?
you like listed in the advertising pages?
Was
at
this
the
for
back
high
of the
school
paper?
hours?
well,
How do you get paid?
Trade?
It's an honest
I
question.
got paid all right. So I was doing a lot of gigging at the time with the band, and that was the band, just one of the gigs that came up.
Nice.
And it was just like, yeah, we pretty much took, you know, whatever we could get if we had a night open, and they were paying the price. So we would
That's
come
awesome.
Out. So it didn't make any difference to us. A gig was a gig.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Have you ever got a
few
gig
more gigs out of it?
that got
Not
slid across
music,
the table?
but, you know,
Have you ever had one offered to you where you were like, I can't do this?
have I ever had? Not for a weird, wacky reason.
No.
No,
Okay.
yeah. No, I
Just-
don't think so.
Gotcha.
What's your weirdest request?
Later on, I'm gonna think
Like-
over stuff because my memory isn't what it used to be.
Neither is mine.
Some of these gigs, it took a toll on me. I think, right? They might be suppressed. And
What's the most requested song, do you think?
Oh, that's a
Brian?
good question too.
the most, what's that?
What's the most requested
Requested song?
song
Free bird.
that you don't know?
Who just said
that?
that?
You don't know.
There it
You know
is.
what?
Yeah.
Did you bring your guitar?
So many people.
Yeah.
No, Ian has one though, but
I
so
do.
many people request Freebird. I don't know.
Oh, yeah?
What is it? What is it about?
It's in a
Freebird?
movie.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
in the movie
Jason
with
Skinner.
it's with the blonde girl,
Oh, that narrows it down.
Kristen Dunst, and Orlando Bloom, where Orlando Bloom's father dies, and they play Freebird at his funeral. That's what it's from. Can't think of the name of the movie though.
Huh.
Sweet Home
Well, sure
Alabama? No, not that one.
No,
That's not the song.
No, Freebird.
Right band.
Almost every time I play, somebody will say, "Play some Skinner." And
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah.
Do you ever
More
play Skinner?
cowbell? Do they say more
not
cowbell?
usually. No.
No,
There's been
this
times.
is like no, shut it down.
No, it's like there's been times where it's just like, all right, if I depending on the crowd, I'm like,
Yep.
all right, let's if you're gonna sing it together with me or something, then we'll play a song, and like Simple Man's a super popular request.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, I don't know. I try to keep it like different, right? I try not to be too cliche when I play. I'm a guy, show up with my acoustic guitar. Like, okay, oh wow, a long-haired guy with an acoustic guitar and a goatee showed up. He's gonna play some music. And
Nickelback.
people aren't necessarily like shocked right away, right? They kind of
Yeah.
expect what
This
they're-
is
my photograph.
No.
This
Oh,
has
no.
already gone to the
It
dumpster. It's like 7
So-
minutes in. Anybody who is actually listening to this, though, if you have any questions, Amber is on the Facebook.
Facebook.
The Facebook.
Amy is
It's
on the
Italian
YouTube.
version.
You got questions, get it in. But do us a big favor. Drop some comments. Like and share. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're there. If you're at Facebook, slide over to the YouTube channel and subscribe. That'd help us out large amounts.
Rate and review.
Yes,
on
that is another
Apple
thing. If you're listening in the future, I guess, rate and review that on iTunes.
You can rate and review.
Yeah.
Oh God,
helps
it's
us
no
out a
wonder this
lot.
is not successful.
Is it like home stars or something?
If you're gonna rate us a 1 out of 5, please just skip that part.
I'm gonna
But-
go home and rate us a 5.
Good.
So we already have somebody like saying
Oh.
a little something to you.
Throw it out there.
Bryson Trogs.
Okay.
Okay.
Yo, I saw you on the way home from work one day when you were driving back from the fishing boat show in Toronto, and I tried to get your attention, but you wouldn't look.
Oh.
What are you doing watching the road
Oh,
for?
yeah, I know.
No,
He was on his phone.
Yeah.
No, yeah. This is what it is. He's looking at the road and looking at the camera and looking at the road and looking at the camera.
There's no time for passerbys.
Yeah,
That is quite true. Well, anyway,
Cut him
I,
off
to look
next
around.
time.
I
You'll see ya.
appreciate you seeing me. I'm really just cut me off next time. But yeah, I was probably focused on the road, but I'm saying hi now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure you appreciate
Honk your horn. I get in like the zone when I do so much driving.
Yeah, you drive.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
drive face forward a lot.
Yeah.
The only time you turn your head is deer season.
Yeah.
You start
do spend a lot of time.
or turkey season.
Or
You
or an
look
owner
around.
from the back seat.
But most of the time, I just get in the zone. I'm usually listening to like Bass Talk Live or Stray Cats or the Ike Show.
He said he did honk.
You really?
You're just rude.
Maybe.
Wow.
That or you got your music.
He's
loud.
probably driving a Chevy. I was like,
Jeez.
I was like, look at this guy go. He's driving a Chevy honking at me.
No one pays attention to Chevy drivers.
Maybe I cut him off. Ooh. It could happen. But if you got questions, comments, or any other input
I've
about
got a
this show,
question.
go fire it out there.
Brian Morrow.
Hi, Brian.
When do you usually start pike fishing? Went out 2 weekends ago and couldn't find any on the Trent
She's
River.
a little cold still. That ice has got to come off. But you got to remember, we've got it's been a really, really cold winter, and because of the Trent system, it's kind of like there's a runoff problem. So even though the ice is off in, let's say, Seymour or farther below, there's still a ton of ice up north.
That's all. The
Which
water
means it's
shed.
pushing cold water down the system, and those pike are just not set up yet.
I would imagine that water's moving pretty good right now too.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it,
I,
but
I would imagine with all
it's
the
good.
rain and that.
Yeah, with the melt and rain, we just
Yeah. After the next week, later in the week, they may start showing up, but I would assume they're still in their winter grounds and not chasing baits. We got to remember in the wintertime, pike bite vertically, and they have they spend a ton of time coming to the hole and watching,
Just staying there, yeah.
staring forever, and the water temperatures are probably like I wouldn't even think they were 40 degrees yet.
Probably not.
So those pike are just not going to chase a spinner bait or a jerk bait or swim
yet.
bait. Not yet. A couple more weeks, my
Ice off.
friend. We
Yeah,
ice has got to
patience.
come off up north for we don't get.
Is that the only fish that can stay in one place?
What do you
I guess
mean?
Not.
Would it come? Whoa,
I don't
whoa,
know.
whoa,
I
whoa,
think
whoa, whoa. We may have the
No,
question
hold
of the
on.
night.
I saw this on Nemo. And
What
it-
is Nemo?
Oh, jeez.
Finding Nemo?
Wow.
Okay.
It's got to be true.
I read this in Bassmaster. No, I seen this on Nemo.
Yeah, totally. Wow, eh?
There was a fish, and it was like a predator fish. And
Okay, and what did it do?
Like, it was
Like suspended?
yeah,
All fish can
but
suspend.
no, it was like still.
They all swim too.
Oh,
No way.
stupidest question ever.
Okay, so what was your real question though? This is gold.
That was it.
Do they suspend? All fish suspend.
Okay.
Yes.
Figured, 'cause
Some
I'm a
better than
modern.
others though.
But which one can move backwards?
Is the
Bass
ones
can.
that
I've
can-
seen largemouth.
Yeah,
Really?
bass
I
can.
would think they all can.
I would imagine so.
I
yeah.
guess so.
Oh, stump the chump here. That's a good question. I don't have the answer. I don't know if they can all back
I've
up.
never seen a dolphin back up.
I
It
know
would suck if you didn't have reverse.
It's not a fish.
it's not a fish.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
turnaround. There's lots of room to turn.
But how many dolphins have you been around to realize if they back up or not?
I'm sure they do because they do that skate
I'd
on the
run.
tail thing.
I'd run.
That's kind of
That's
backing
Well,
up.
don't
It's like the
don't they do
moonwalk.
it in reverse and like Ace Ventura? Like
Yeah.
On top of the water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see they
Yeah.
reverse.
Yeah, yeah.
Mark.
Whatever.
That was pretty good though. Any other questions? Just throw the comments out there. Make sure you share this.
Like a whale. Can a whale swim backwards?
I don't know. He's pretty big.
Oh, no.
That's a good question. Why would he though?
I've seen him.
If you were that big, why would you take the time to back up?
You might have to back up.
Well, it's like once you're going in a direction. you just
One
go in that
direction.
It's going.
Yeah.
So, where do you guys want to start?
Well, it's,
How about where we were
Oh.
last time?
took the show on the road.
We
there.
took the show on the road. It was very exciting. We were at the Bowmanville Tackle Swap, and fishing show.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the fishing show and tackle swap.
No,
Shout out to
swap.
Kyle Crothers and his,
Oh, yeah, you did a
his
great
crew
job.
who
man.
did
What a
an
great show
amazing
again.
job.
Again.
I
It
missed
is-
it.
What a
Sorry,
ton of
guys.
people, eh?
They put a
Hey, Sean,
absolute ton.
could you believe how many people were there? Oh,
You weren't
Oh.
there.
You know what?
I was busy that day.
yeah,
you
you
were busy
were.
that day.
I was. I was
Yeah.
sitting on a boat in the ocean.
Yeah, you were
Fishing.
too.
Big shout out to
30
Mike
degree
Williams who
weather.
filled in for Sean.
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
a great job.
He
Yeah,
did
yeah.
do a great job.
I tuned in. I listened. Well, I had to wait because
We didn't work very well.
after.
Yeah, we had problems with the Wi-Fi. or
yeah,
something,
Woody.
Yeah, what can I say? It was free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you thought the
You get
school
what you
maybe
get
had
paid
us
for.
blocked out.
Well, through that night we tested it. And
Yeah, it was good.
It was good, but through the day, way too much bandwidth and cell jammers.
Yeah,
That's what I'm sticking to, anyways.
that was the story.
That sounds high tech.
High tech.
Cell jammers. What's a cell jammer?
So check it out. Google it.
I'll Google it.
Google it.
Jerk bait.
I'm never gonna remember that.
Cell jammer.
I'm not going to
Down
answer.
on your
Basically,
phone there.
I'm not going to answer this question for you, man.
This question
Use
is
your
so
technology.
stupid,
Yeah.
and it pretty much said like in the title, cell jammer.
Yeah, but how could
Like,
you have
it's
that?
kind of like a traffic
would have that?
jammer,
Yeah.
right? In a
People are
traffic,
walking around with
in a
these
traffic
things?
jam. There's a whole lot of cars, right? And the cars can't move as fast as normal. So I'm just going to throw this out there, not being a rocket scientist or working for NASA or somebody who can hardly spell or do grammar. That a cell jammer
Hardly do grammar.
Do grammar.
that there is multiple cell phones being used, and they're kind of jamming like cars, which makes
What,
them
they're
not
like
work.
stealing the Wi-Fi's?
Well, I don't think they're stealing it from each other.
I've been sitting in stadiums with 50,000 people and never had a problem with my cell phone.
Well, I think
Yeah,
they,
but
They
you're
have
not
boosters in stadiums.
you're not-
yeah,
Cell
they-
boosters.
This was a high
the
school.
Bowmanville
Yeah,
High
dude, you
School
weren't
doesn't
there.
have
You
boosters.
don't even
See,
know.
come on, man.
Boosters.
You don't know. You weren't there.
We had those things too, those wings. Sure.
The shark fins.
The sure
fins.
wins.
That was for the wireless RF mics for the questions.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That nobody asked.
They look so cool. Look legit.
So the Bowmanville show, they put a ton of people through there.
They did.
Like that's a buyer show.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
a great show. Everybody, you could see
Buyers-
everybody's excited. If
Yeah,
if you're willing to line up like in the pouring rain for hours
Oh.
to
Line
get
it up
in,
for deals though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Smoking
yeah.
Deals.
That is
Yeah,
that is the place to go and
It's
get
one
a
of the
really
last
good deal.
true shows you can go to, like the old school Sportsman show back in the day. You
Yep.
used to go there and get smoking deals,
yeah.
right? You get those deals
Bags
at
of
the
stuff, older stuff.
show.
yeah,
You
bargain
get those
bins.
deals at the show. The other shows, it's everything's like retailing.
Yeah.
I think it's killing the shows a little bit.
Well, it's not as well. So like, we can get into this. Like when you used to go to the Sportsman Show and the Spring Fishing and Boat Show, it was to see the new product for the year.
Yep.
That's where they were going to unveil it. But now with the internet, like we
already
unveiled
seen
the
it.
Tattoo 100 last year,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is the new reel for this. It's like instantaneous, right? Comes out at ICAST and we
That's
see
the
it
good
that
thing
day.
about this. We're current.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I think most radio shows are current, Mark.
Yeah, but not like if you were watching it on
Not even a
TV. Like
radio
if you were
show, we're a
watching it,
podcast.
a good chance if you weren't watching on the internet, you'd be watching it on TV, and that would be like a year old, right? So
You
know what I'm saying?
like for
Yeah.
like normal TV shows. You're speaking about
Yeah.
the vlog now.
yeah. Well, I'm speaking about there's a camera right there.
So I'm going to get deeper into this. You feel that they film the Oprah Winfrey free show and then a year later they
No.
No, no,
I'm
no,
not.
no.
I'm saying fishing
I'm
related.
just giving you a hard
shows.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
No, they like
This
that
ain't
show is
no
that
rerun,
show is
folks.
really good. I was really excited that we went there, and a ton of people stopped and watched.
Yes.
So many that we got shut down.
Yeah. We had to end it.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's
It
okay.
was
We had a
good.
good run. We
We
had
had
some
a good
great
run.
guests.
Well, Mason Cooper.
Thanks to everybody that
we
was
had
on.
Cooper, John Dean from
Danny
Danny Dunn,
Yep.
Dwayne.
Dwayne Jacobs. Yeah.
They
Mike's
eat
partner.
spaghetti sandwiches. That was an interesting question.
Yeah.
Fun, yeah.
Never heard of those before.
And yeah, that was a great show.
It was a good show.
It flowed so good. Everything was great.
It was really
Yeah.
good. It sucks that the weather was bad, but next year we're gonna get bright blue skies. And
I don't think it made a difference.
I
People
don't
that
think it
wanted to come came. Yeah.
So that show was on what? It was on Sunday, right?
yes.
Was it
Yeah.
Sunday?
Yeah. It was on the Sunday.
We got a question too.
Oh, roll it out
was,
here.
Rob wants to know what was the best deal at the show.
Ooh.
Was there one deal at the show that was like just like that?
I didn't get to look at a lot of booths, but I know the Daiwa stuff.
Daiwa was really
amazing.
good. Yeah,
Like,
it sold really well
like,
too. Thanks to everybody that
purchased
came over
Daiwa.
to the Daiwa
I know
stuff. Yeah, it's cool.
Kevin at East Hill took home a couple Lexa muskie reels, and that was it. Everything else
Yeah.
sold out right quick. Are you all right?
To add on to the Daiwa thing, Mike Howard actually wanted to say his son wants to say thanks again for the Daiwa combo when he was involved.
Hey, no
Hey,
problem,
no
man.
problem,
You
Mike.
guys-
We gave a ton of good stuff away to kids that day.
Yeah.
Like a ton of stuff. And we had a ton of people, not only Daiwa and RLM, but we had a ton of like individuals come
Yeah.
and drop stuff off for that we could give it away.
Yeah, I brought
Like we
some
gave
stuff
it-
for the
Mike
kids too.
Howard
Yeah.
actually dropped off a tackle box in our
There was like a tote of lures and stuff that people had donated to give
Yeah.
away to kids. It was super
Yeah, yeah.
awesome.
It was huge.
I never saw. I like every kid I saw leaving there left with something. All the
Oh, they all
vendors
had
and
bags.
they were just giving stuff to kids too.
Oh, that's awesome.
He was
I know
super good.
Danny did.
yeah, Danny did.
Danny's always good like that.
It was. I liked having Danny on the show.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a wealth of knowledge.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe that he was running like when he started tournaments. He was running the same boat that I have now.
He's
Yeah.
I think he's an international hitman.
Shows how old. My
You think
boat
so?
Yep, that's my theory.
You want to get
He's
into
a what?
this?
That's my theory on Danny Dunn.
He does travel
I
a
think
ton.
He is an international hitman.
Is. Really?
I think he goes
That
around
would-
and
you
kills
know-
people, then comes home
Yeah, yeah.
like that.
He's always so happy about it though.
Yeah, he is.
hey,
Yeah.
you could write a
He does
sitcom
travel
about
more than
how-
anybody I follow on Facebook.
His
Oh,
personality
yeah.
is just larger than life.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah,
think.
totally. But that could be a cover up for you're saying
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
a
it could
hitman.
be, hey,
Huh?
Do you
don't,
think
don't
he's
cross him,
There's a show title, The Happy Hitman.
right?
Is it really?
That's that's what's gonna be. That's
That-
trademarked, by the way, folks.
Can you imagine on
That'd be a great
HBO? There's
Right?
Danny Dunn in his
Kraken
Generals
Productions.
Green Generals jersey.
See him on
The documentary?
W5.
We all thought he was a
Breaking.
salesman, but really he's an international hitman.
Have you seen this man?
Yeah.
We gotta be careful. 'cause,
Danny's smiling.
Hey, we gotta be careful what we say because we're getting too close to the truth.
Yeah, we don't want to end up
CAA.
Like,
yeah, on the truth.
CAA
We
is
can't
gonna
talk
come
about the
after us.
Illuminati right now.
yeah. What is
Oh my
he,
God,
what
this
is
show's
he
getting
selling?
deep.
Is he selling death?
I think he's a steel salesman.
He sells,
Steel.
all over the world.
I just told you.
Kind of steel.
I don't know.
Weapons.
Steel.
Is he
Bullets.
an arms
Components, maybe. I don't
See?
know.
Could
I don't
be
know.
You gotta be
arms
careful what we
dealer.
say.
We don't really know.
Brian, you're going too deep. In
I
this
know
now.
we could
Stop
get
it.
close and then we could get ourselves in trouble.
Brian
yeah.
just became our
Is there
what's his
somebody at
name?
the door right
Conspiracy
now?
theory.
What's his name
Alex
from?
Jones.
No,
What?
Rogan's buddy who does the
Alex
Taekwondo.
Oh,
Eddie Bravo.
Eddie Bravo.
Eddie Bravo.
Eddie Bravo.
Yeah,
That fits you. You could,
Eddie
you could,
Bravo.
yeah.
yeah.
I don't
What he
know the
knows
guy.
who he is.
Sounds like a good looking
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. He is a good looking guy.
Yeah.
This is war.
Oh my God, where did this go? We have a question.
Side-
To find them out, I love questions.
Daniel.
We have a ton of questions from Instagram
Searp?
too.
I'm not sure. If there was a bass tournament and you could only fish with one lure, what lure would that
Black
be?
and blue flip and
why?
jig
Why?
because I love it.
Dinger.
I don't. There's
Is this a
nothing
recent
more.
thing or have you
There's
loved this for a
nothing-
long
oh,
time?
10 years of this romance
Oh,
has
wow.
been going on.
So that
You know what? If
Bags of
like
them.
I could fish that the whole rest of my life. And in fact, my goal for this year is to try to use it last. Love
Yeah?
it. I love it. There's nothing better in the whole world than watching a fish eat a flipping jig.
it'd be interesting for someone to take one lure and use that one lure the whole season.
That'd be
Oh,
tough
yeah.
though, because there's so
Yeah,
many
it would
different-
be.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
like
And
that.
see
do,
what
right?
different things you can
Yeah,
catch
but like
with
as
one
you're
lure.
going down, in the boat, stuff changes, and you're just pop all this different.
Yeah.
You got all this different structure and different water and boats
Yeah,
and docks.
but you could throw a jig
pontoon.
anywhere, 50 feet,
Mm.
all the way up to 5 inches.
Catch different fish.
There's another.
Oh, I'm so excited. Now, thanks a lot, dude. Now I'm all pumped up to throw a jig in 4 months.
Another question.
Yeah, fire away.
With technology changing the way we fish today, what do you think the future will bring?
Robot fish.
Oh, robot fish.
Rob,
this
Cass
is an
actually
interesting
said
one.
robots will fish
So
for us.
I would listen to an old episode, maybe from last year, year before, Brandon Polnick talking on BTL. And so fishing is not really a spectator sport, even when you're at the Bassmaster Classic that we're going to get into in a minute. It's not like football or hockey where you can go to the stadium. So Brandon said maybe the future of bass fishing tournaments is they take like the Rogers Center, flood it, put in some structure, right? A couple islands, and then let a whole bunch of bass go. And then, you know, kind of like the Hunger Games, they bring their bass boats in and they're all fish inside like the Rogers Center where we can watch.
Huge stadium.
What can happen?
Why would they bring all their Never mind.
Well, that's the future of technology. I don't know
Somebody
what's
also
going to
said
happen.
the future of fishing is Ian West.
Whoa, don't tell him that.
I'm the right man.
Or robots will fish for us.
Why can they just?
No. So how
Why
far?
couldn't-
Okay, here's a really good question. How far can they go with units? Do you think we'll ever get to a point where like units become so?
There'll be tractor beams.
They'll,
You know what I
They'll
mean?
be not allowed.
Like
Yeah.
here's the limit.
Yeah, I
I would
so.
think so. Yeah.
For sure.
But what
For
is
sure.
that limit?
You're gonna
Like,
have-
I don't know.
What's the
Who-
next? Just
Well,
a true picture.
But realistically, if somebody came to you 10 years ago and was like, in a couple years, Garmin's going to come out with this pan optics unit, and we're going to fire in real time, and you're going to see a smallmouth bass 70 feet away sitting on a rock.
You know.
Well, I wouldn't have believed them.
Mm-hmm.
This is the way I think the actual picture is going to end up. You're going to look at your screen, and it's going to be an actual 3D,
Ooh,
like a picture.
Get
3D.
out.
Yeah, you'll look into it. It'll
oh,
look
into
like-
your dash,
into
Get
your dash.
out.
into your dash,
You'll be
so
able
that
to
it's like.
or into your dash or in.
So it'll
into the screen.
basically look like when like
Like you're looking
like
at a
when
window.
Garmin runs their do you know when they're running their commercial and they show you like how they map?
Yeah,
It'll look like that in real time.
it'll look like you're looking at it on a
Oh,
like an infrared camera.
Wow. And you'll
Right?
be able
Yeah.
to like move it up and down.
Like,
Like-
a real
Yeah.
photo.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be a camera head on the thing. It'll, like there'll be controls to it and everything.
we are so deep here.
I know.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Like that kind of mapping system. I think I feel like Ray Marine has something like that right now.
Remember, I said that.
Remember?
I will.
Tell
Totally. While we go and sue Lawrence. No,
Sign it.
because it came from my idea. Yeah, patent pending. Pardon?
You know what it might be. You know, what do they call? I don't know why this is slipping my mind right now. But like when
Hologram.
hologram. That's what.
Oh, like a hologram. Yeah.
What'll it be? Slipping my mind. She got it. Hologram.
Yeah.
You
What
guys
is,
were
like,
meant for each other.
What is hologramic? Where you will have it like
Thanks,
3D
Mike.
like that, right?
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
yeah. That's what kind of like Sean. Like that's
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So I don't know.
It's
I don't
coming.
know what the like lures. I never thought we'd see a crankbait that made noise. Right? I like it. It is amazing. Just in my lifetime fishing tournaments, how far this has come. I can remember like GPS coming out and how amazing GPS was, and then
Yeah.
Oh,
putting
that's
a
life,
chip
that was
in,
that
like-
was life changing.
yeah, putting a chip into a
When
GPS.
guys
How
didn't
like
have to line up the red barn with the willow tree. And,
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
so, you know, all joking aside, who knows what they could possibly come out with?
I'm excited.
I am excited too.
Now,
See
do
what
you
I
think
can't
something
afford.
like that? Do you think something like that idea I just gave you would be banned?
I don't know.
Like a high what do you
So
call it?
here's the
Still
here's the
have-
difference. Okay, so let's get into
Are you
the
gonna have to limit it like horsepower?
no. That they used to do that 150. They'll
No,
never.
I
It
know,
is
but-
limited right now at 250 in like the elites
Right.
and FLW.
But you could fish different series of tournaments depending on the size
We've
of
been
your
doing
engine,
that for 20 years.
and then limit your tournaments by the
Electronics.
size of your
Oh,
electronics.
oh, I see.
The nine.
Ah.
But here,
Nine
but here,
horsepower
here's
tournament.
here's.
This guy's
Now-
only got
9 inch
side
and
imaging.
under.
Right?
He's the B pool.
I would be
Side
more
imaging
worried right
tournament.
now if somebody had like a Generation 1 unit. And
Yeah.
somebody had the top of the line Garmin live scope everything. He would the guy who had money and put all those electronics on his boat and didn't know how to use them is less scary to me than the guy who can use the fish finder from 10 years ago, but really understands what this
Yeah.
means.
Yeah, yeah.
That's totally different. There's
Oh,
a
yeah.
big difference
You got to
here
know what you're doing.
between
Well,
having electronics and knowing
Yeah.
what this means and having electronics. Like a guy like Steve Kennedy who talked about making his own side imaging 15 years ago.
yeah.
Right? Remember we listened
Yeah,
to that? Like that kind of guy would make me more nervous because he really knows what this means
Yeah.
versus somebody
He
who just threw it on
understands
their
it.
boat and went,
Yeah.
it looks
Oh,
cool.
4 feet, ready to hit it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So there is that. The scary part is somebody like Chris and Corey who can take these Garmin units and understand
Yeah,
these
yeah,
brand
yeah.
new ones and like are at the limits of what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
That's
At the
where
top
it
end.
becomes.
I think,
for
yeah,
there you go,
right?
folks. That's
Yeah.
the lesson for you right there. No matter what you got, and no matter what,
Well,
you're,
just learn to
you're
read
dealing
them.
with, just know
Learn
your
it.
equipment,
Yeah.
know your gear.
Yeah.
Like you hear a lot all the modern
Yeah.
stuff. You got people doing recordings and stuff with the music and stuff nowadays, and some of the gear they have come out is just absolutely insane too with technology and stuff like that. But you have someone that just has the simplest gear and just knows their gear. and knows
Yeah.
how to do it.
Yeah.
And they can do just is anything greater or better.
Well, there's still bands film like recording on tape
oh yeah,
who can
yeah.
who are doing
Heck
way
yeah.
better job than people using auto tune or.
Yeah, knowing your gear is just
It is important,
Sure.
right? And understanding, like even if you have a cheaper unit that's really old, if you know what that bottom is like,
Yeah, yeah.
if you can tell the difference between like
Hard bottom,
sand and
soft
hard
bottom,
bottom, or mud, right? That is really important, and that's more important than whatever's the next thing's coming out. I think.
What percentage of guys that guys that are doing series and everything that really don't know how to use their electronic? What do you think?
I think it's probably higher than we think it is.
I'm going to think it's about 60 to 70%.
Don't know.
Don't know.
Sometimes it takes a lot to learn stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, forever.
I'll admit it. I don't know everything my graph does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, I get a new piece of equipment, and I'm just like, what's the simplest way?
Okay, so here,
Start using it and like just like
here's a tip.
auto
A
mode.
long time ago,
Like a camera. Auto.
This is how I had to do it. I used. I would go on my fish finder and look at my fish finder, and then I would put my aqua view over the side of the boat, so that I would know what I'm looking at, so that I have like a
We did
visual.
a lot of that last
Right?
night.
Yeah.
But it was so when I look back at my fish finder, I know because I've actually seen what is there in 20 feet of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And then the next time I see it on my graph, I know I can look back and be like, I saw that before, and it was. I was really interested that we were in like Rice Lake in 20 feet of water. There was all kinds of stems of weed. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Like just rows and rows of perfectly, like it almost looked like
Like it
a
was
wheat
chopped
field.
off?
Yeah. But in
Really?
20
Right.
feet of water, about this long,
Yeah.
Really?
and like a real soft bottom.
Where?
So every time I ever saw that,
Rice?
yeah.
I think,
That's rice.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That deep?
That's what they have all up on Pigeon. It was shallow, right?
No, it was like 12, 15 feet. It was deep when we saw it, but there was fish on it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it only came up about this far. It's right, almost right, and it
Really?
like really, yeah, because we were looking for smallmouth. Yeah, but like, and it looked like it had been perfectly cut under there.
Really?
It was all almost the same length. I'd never seen it before in my whole life, but there was lots of fish then in it. There was gobies living in between. them.
Really, eh?
What is
Yeah.
the story exactly of Rice Lake? I've always wondered this.
I don't
They
know.
flooded it.
It was flooded
Yeah.
to make
It's
the
a
trend.
man-made
Yeah, it's
lake.
man-made. Yeah.
Is it?
They dug
Part
it
of
out
it's
and they-
man-made.
If you fly over it, I've flown over it in like a little tiny 2-seater plane, and you can actually see the train tracks, like where the
Yeah.
hills
Oh
of the
yeah.
train tracks
A lot
are.
of people we know.
And
Yeah,
it was a
I'd
man-made.
run into
Seen
those.
those.
Hey, you don't want to get close to the boat.
Yeah, you don't.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always nervous out there because I
Yeah.
don't know exactly where they are.
Just go
And-
through the channel.
You got to
There's
go
boys.
either
You
one
go
end of the
between
lake
the
or the
boys.
other side of the lake.
Only go in between the boys.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I never want to drive into a buoy anyway.
No, go in
In
between.
between them. Boy.
Somebody just made a funny comment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did this conversation just turn into it's not the package, it's how you use it?
Kind of.
Yeah, it kind of is. Anyway, Sean, you went to Mexico. What's it like to saltwater fish?
It was good, man. What I did, I met this guy on the beach, and he was like, "Hey, you want to go fishing?" And of course, I wanted to go fishing. So, but I told him, I said, "Listen, I want the boat to myself, me and my girl. That's it. I don't want anybody else on the boat." So he's like, "Oh, okay, no problem." So I meet the guy the next morning. Well, me and my girls, we went out that night and we wrecked the place, right? So
Yeah.
next morning, she's like, "I'm not going. I'm not feeling too good." I'm like, "Okay, no problem."
Yeah.
6 o'clock in the morning, we party till 3. I'm gone.
Yeah.
So I got the boat, and this guy was okay. You know, we drove it, and the bay.
So you had the
there in
boat to
Mexico-
yourself right now?
Yeah.
You and him?
Yeah, me and the two guys. Well, the one guy drove, and the other guy was like the deckhand. Right?
Yeah.
Baits everything, throws everything out, and we drove out for like a half an hour. And that bay where I was, it's like one of the biggest bays in the world, right?
In the world.
Yeah, in the world. Yeah, it's like that bay, Hudson Bay, and one other bay. That
Really,
are the
huh?
3 biggest, yeah.
Nice.
So we go out there, and the first fish, I think it was called a trevally. It was like long and skinny, and then I got 2 big jackfish.
Nice, eh? They can
And,
fight, eh?
Yeah, they fight.
Oh,
really.
man.
Saltwater fish are super
Yeah.
smart.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're
I've heard that.
wild.
Yeah.
But the last fish, I couldn't get nothing on. I fought this thing for like 5 minutes. I couldn't get nothing on it.
Yeah.
Nothing. All around the back of the boat, up the side of the boat. And I'm just like, oh. I was using like a short little saltwater rod, right?
That's because you're working in an office now. Old Sean. Framer Sean would have got that.
Oh,
Oh wow.
No,
you went there. huh?
Kramer, John.
we did. How's your tub?
Just chippy, thank you.
Yeah,
Chippy.
Just chippy.
Oh no.
So anyway, I fight this fish, and
your
it ended
tub?
up breaking me off.
What?
And I never got to see it. So I'm looking over the boat. We're going down this one side, and whales started breaching the water, like, I don't know, 20 yards.
Thought you had a
nice.
whale?
Yeah,
What kind of
no, I
whales?
never had a whale. But I think they're blue whales. They go down there and
Ooh.
Oh, yeah?
they have their babies, and when they're breaching the water with their babies, they're teaching their babies to breach, right?
Yeah.
So they're all swimming all in and around the bay in there. It was pretty cool to see.
Cute.
How big were they? Like the full grown ones, the mamas or whatever.
Like big enough when I seen it, I was like, holy shit!
Yeah, like they were like huge, or
how
like,
big
just,
is
like,
that?
Yeah, they're big,
medium
man.
big.
They're whales. They're big.
Well, I've seen small whales.
when you think whale, do you not think big? Like
Not necessarily.
freaking huge?
No.
It's a whale, man. It was a whale. Like right there. Yeah,
Wow,
I was scared.
that
Like
is-
crush
it
the
was
boat
kinda-
kind of size.
Yeah, it was bigger than the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah?
How big was the
A
boat?
whale. Huge.
Oh,
How big was the boat?
Probably 25 feet, 30 feet.
Really?
Yeah.
So was
Whale-
was the whale like 20 feet bigger or just a little bit bigger than the boat?
Between 10 and 15 feet bigger.
So like a 35-foot
It was
whale.
Yeah.
It was
a big whale.
was
So
big.
bigger than a school bus.
Yeah. Well, it was huge. They're
Oh my
they're
God, I
big.
love this.
We also jet skied out there and seen some whales. Like I think it
You
went
jet
right.
skied?
Yeah.
What?
Did you
Yeah.
get to
Jet
the party,
skiing.
bro?
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
bro, you go to the island,
Did you go?
bro?
did you drive around any fishermen?
Bro.
I didn't quite think about that.
Eh?
Jeez.
Yo, bro, let's go to that island. Bro.
I was
Yeah.
with my woman.
That's
She
you.
wanted to go for her birthday.
Sure.
Don't give me that.
Good try.
I'm not a jet.
Wow.
Did Amy drive the jet ski or did you?
I drove.
Yeah,
No,
whatever.
we each got our own.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't want a girl on the back of my jet ski. Girl on the back of a motorbike. Yeah. Girl on the back of jet ski. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Did you wipe her out at all?
Yeah.
The
Jet
Just
ski?
soak her?
No,
Send yourself. Aw, you didn't even drive hard.
No, yeah, I drive jet skis. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Chris Tatoska, the Polish Prince, he had some jet skis. Once.
Oh boy, did
I
he
heard
ever.
about
Holy-
these.
Yeah,
I've seen the pictures on
Yeah.
Facebook.
These
That guy
things-
could fly, eh?
Yeah, but he had the top of the top.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Put that thing in sport mode. If you weren't like tied to it, and you
Right.
throttle it, yeah, you're gone, man. You're right off the back. If you're
get-
not like Superman, you can't hold on.
So you did a lot of
Oh, they're
swimming?
gone.
And you get some serious air in those things.
Oh
too,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah,
took
huge
it way
air.
out in Lake Ontario into the great big 12-foot.
I saw
roller.
those pictures.
Yeah,
Craziness.
Yeah. We caught some good air.
They were like, they got off like whale height off the
Yeah,
the
pretty
water.
well. At least whale girth, anyways.
Okay, I got a question here.
Whales,
I got
huh?
a whole bunch of questions
Whales.
today on the Instagram.
Okay, cool.
What colors to stick with for bass in Ontario? What colors you like?
Green pumpkin, blue, black.
Blue, black. I really like a smoke with a purple on tubes.
I do.
Yeah. Shining like any colors? I
I
don't like white.
Pumping in black.
No? Fluke?
I like
Nah.
white. I like
Oh,
white
dude.
I like
do.
white
I like
spinnerbaits,
white
white
jerkbait.
chatterbait, and
White
white
fluke.
buzzbait.
White fluke.
But I would
And I
never
like white
throw.
crankbaits.
I'd never throw a white
You
tube.
throw the old white big O, eh?
Yeah.
And that was killer, eh? That
You know what?
yeah.
Ice fishing, white
O.
tube is king.
Yeah, it is.
You know
I
what?
ice
But-
fishing, but not for bass.
For
I would.
bass,
I would
don't
never
think
drag.
I've ever thrown a white tube.
I would never throw a white
Funny
tube.
how it changes.
Yeah.
It is. You would think that white would
Weird,
be
eh?
smasher. I wouldn't throw a white flipping jig either.
No.
No, not here. We don't
No.
have that shad bite. Maybe it's got to do with the shad bite.
Maybe.
Barley and I have been looking for the shad for 10 years. Never found them yet.
Keep looking. They're there.
Gotta find
They're
the
there.
shed.
Somebody else asked a question.
Oh.
When will lures track large fish and go get them?
I think,
Oh, wow. Like a heat-seeking missile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ask Corey and Chris. I believe they have them.
Yeah.
Don't ask this guy.
Team Chris. Hashtag Team Chris.
Yeah.
We're going to get
Yeah.
that into that in a minute,
He's
too.
got him for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, I got.
wonder if-
You want to do another one?
I wonder if there's the ways of changing fishing will ever change. Like if there'll ever be a new way to catch fish other than on like a
Well, there's new
rod.
ways all the time. Well, new techniques.
Oh, you mean like a new
Other
instead
than
of
a
a rod and
rod,
reel?
like
Like
I
a
don't
guy
know.
sitting like cross-legged on the front of the boat with a flute.
a laser,
a flute.
And the fish comes up
yeah.
and he
Oh,
breaches
boy.
and then just jumps, and it's whoever can play the flute the best.
Yeah.
Is that what we're looking for?
Charms the fish the most. Yes.
Can you imagine like 120 teams and everybody's out there? Doo, 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 doo.
Wow.
What if you just get like a laser?
I'll go golfing.
No, you won't. You play the flute.
I played a
Yeah, you play the flute for sure.
Here we go. What fishing line to
Gotta
use
love
for
you guys.
certain lures and techniques? What kind and what pound test? How many different pounds of test do you use?
4.
I use basically 6-pound braid for marabou jigs. Rest of the time, 10-pound braid for tubes and drop shotting. 20-pound braid for buzz baits, jerk baits,
My word is
spinner
20.
baits, and then I use 50-pound for flipping.
And frogs.
65 I
Really?
use for frogs, and I use 65-pound for like my 3/4 ounce flipping into the dirtiest cane or pads. That's what I
Yeah.
use.
See, in that dirty stuff, I like to throw 50-pound. I find
Yeah.
Me
it
too.
cuts a lot better
Yeah,
Cuts like
when
a
I'm ripping
knife.
it.
yeah. I always
And
use.
I don't
for my
use
frog,
65.
I like
I like
the
65.
50-pound
I
more
use
for my
50.
frog. I find 65 pounds just a little too much like rope for the way I want to
Yeah,
work
yeah,
my
yeah.
frog.
I like
Right,
65
because I
pound
really
for that.
like to walk it.
I do not want
Yeah.
to break it.
50 and 50, same as Sean. 20 for my worm.
So on my
20.
spinning,
10
on
for
my,
my 2.
He only wants 20 for his worm.
so I
Sold out.
basically for flipping applications, I throw the Daiwa J-Braid X4, and for my spinning reels and casting, I use the X8. But this year I'm going to
Yes.
give the J-Braid Grand a try. It's supposed to be the best of both worlds, and 4 times more abrasive resistant.
Yes.
Oh, you got that out. That's amazing. I was like, oh, here
I
he
was
goes.
thinking, I was
He's going to wait back.
I know, I could feel your eyes, and I was
Yeah.
like, I got to do this.
Angels are
That
singing.
was awesome.
Aluminum.
I just have a couple questions.
Yeah, fire them
actually.
out here.
I'm
shocked people are watching.
Says Ian, I just bought a 2-piece 6'6" medium heavy fast action rod. It fits in my car and I can hike with it in the woods. Can do everything a 7+ foot rod can do.
Yep.
And then he said he paired it with a Revo X and a 20-pound Power Pro braid.
So the question there is, can his 6'6" do everything that a 7-foot rod can do?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. I know. I think that. I think
What is
It's
the
a medium
difference?
heavy.
it's a medium heavy. So
It's a good all-around rod.
for sure. And I
Yeah.
think that rod length
Does
and
length
like
make a
everybody
difference?
is so different. If you look at those like Tatua lineups, there's 3 different drop shot rods made by 3 different anglers, and they're 3 completely different rods.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that like I'm 6'4", so I can get away when I'm jerk baiting with a rod that's 6'10", 7 feet maybe in a pinch, where somebody who was like 5'6" or 5'8" would like a shorter rod.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like a shorter rod.
Right. So
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
that
6'9".
I think that this like the, you know, a longer spinning rod will cast a smaller bait further, like a 7.6. Rod will cast a 6.6, but like that's one instance. Like
Yeah,
if
that-
you, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I
See-
think a 6.6 is absolutely fine. It's just preference. Some guys like a little longer rod, and some
Yeah.
girls like some guys like a little shorter rod.
Oh dear.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
There's nothing wrong.
See,
with that.
I like the shorter rods for more accuracy closer, and I can cast better accuracy longer with the longer rod.
Yes, that makes
Right.
sense.
I have a 6.6, but it's a custom-made skipping rod for when I used to be a non-boater at the back of the boat.
Yep.
And with the motor behind and stuff, you need a shorter rod to get those in.
And
there.
everybody out there, that's a spinning
But
rod.
other than that, that's probably my shortest rod, and everything is probably 6'10" or more.
I like
Yeah.
I'm not crazy happy about. I would like even my flipping rod. I don't like a 7.11, 7.6 or a 7.4.
Yeah.
My jig
Yeah,
rod's
yeah.
7.4.
Yeah, I think mine's 7.4.
But I know some guys like
I
that,
like
that
7.2.
8-footer, right? When it comes to flipping rods, it's all personal preference.
Yeah. Whatever feels comfortable to
That's
you,
right.
I guess. You know, whatever.
Whatever you got confidence.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna
Somebody said straight braid, never leaders.
Yeah, when I'm flipping, I'll throw straight braid. When I'm in really clear water, I'll put fluorocarbon on.
say. Fishing for pike.
Not a leader when I'm fishing for pike.
Definitely a floor.
But if I was fishing like an ultra clear lake, like balsam, I would use fluorocarbon even on my jig, 15 or 17 pound. But most of the time, anything flipping, frogs, spinner baits, straight braid, drop shot, anything finesse, I would put on fluorocarbon leader. And jerkbait, I like to put on fluorocarbon leader on just for there's some
Stiffness.
give there when I set the
Yeah.
hook. There, like that fluorocarbon isn't as bad as stretching for like monofilament, but it will still give some some give when you set the hook.
See, if I'm flipping or pitching, I'll use straight fluoro or straight braid. I don't like.
I wouldn't tie a leader on when
Yeah,
I'm straight
but
pitching. I would do one or
see,
the other.
I do a lot more braid fishing around here than I do fluoro. So if I'm gonna go to fluoro, I'll strip off. I'll leave a good backer, and I'll only put on.
Yeah, that's smart
30,
thinking.
40 yards.
I know. I don't use fluoro a lot because it's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Man, it just
Well,
it just
yeah, it's
never
got the
seems.
memory,
Yeah, and
yeah.
it just man.
But
I always think that I want to throw fluoro, and then I put fluoro on, and then that night I come home put braid back on. Drives me nuts. Is there any more questions?
Yeah.
Oh, fire away here. We actually have an audience.
You have another question. Gennaro, I think I'm pronouncing that right, says, what color baits do you recommend for walleye?
Anything that looks like a minnow, black, silver, like on a hair jig. If I was vertically jigging them in the river, I think that a minnow style bait, but I really think that in the walleye world, that scent means more than what they can see.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh, man, I think that scent is everything when it comes to walleye fishing, especially because they hit so damn fast, right? And that's why when you're using minnows, they'll hold on to it a little longer. I think the same thing when you're vertically jigging. If you don't have like I really like Berkeley Gulp
Yeah.
for jigging walleye,
yeah,
but
we got a lot of walleye.
What's
Right?
your flavor?
just whatever that comes in.
Maple
sometimes
bacon.
sometimes I'll use.
know.
You know what? I would, honest to God, you'd rather use, WD-40 than human scent, right? So I think that especially when walleye, because they hit so fast. If you put like J-braid 10-pound chartreuse line on, because you can see the line perfectly, you wouldn't believe how many fish are hitting on slack line.
Yeah.
You'll watch that, and
You'll see that
if
tick.
the artful part of vertically jigging walleye is setting hook,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like hooking them.
Yeah, like
Right,
how
you'll
many
get all-
times to get them under here, you know?
Yeah. So I feel like when you're vertically jigging, for anybody who's looking at home, that they're kind of over top of that bait, and when you're going down the river, I think them buggers back up and they'll look at it and
Like a
they'll
pike.
look at it, and then it'll catch up, and then they'll hit, it'll go up, and they'll look, and then they'll smack it. But I think that you'll get a lot more hits, and with any kind of like scent on it, they'll hold on to it a quarter of a second longer, and you'll hook way more fish.
Well, don't walleye there, aren't they known to like kind of nudge the bait?
I don't know. How would you?
That's what I heard. I think I read something or watched something.
No,
or
I
something
think
about
that I think I
Not too
don't
long
know.
ago either.
But I think they're rather than your actual bait vertical jigging, that your jig head color matters more and your scent than the actual bait. If you got a minnow bait on and you cover
What jig head color?
chartreuse, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's any better than a pink or white. It's
I
just
do.
what I think
I
has
do.
Yeah.
more
I think
confidence in it.
chartreuse is good. Really good.
And well, one of my
Chartreuse and
best,
white.
one of my favorite and most successful walleye baits is just a white grub,
Yeah.
a little 4-inch white grub.
But if you
3-inch
put, like,
Have
a
any of
little-
you guys ever like completely like manufactured your own bait?
I
I
have.
poured my
Oh,
own
you
bait.
did.
Yeah, I poured my own bait. I've made like a mold and stuff out of silicone and stuff,
Made your own bait?
or
We're actually
plasticine.
thinking about doing that in the
Yeah.
club this year.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of a pour
in
session.
the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get some,
Yeah.
get some different
I,
colors
I
or
think
whatever.
that so in walleye fishing, I think scent matters dramatically more than bass fishing.
Oh, the Polish Prince is here.
Oh, great!
Oh man,
Uh-oh.
Ah.
He must be pooping.
or he's done.
Somebody asked if we checked out the new Berkeley soft baits that are being released in July at the Classic. Thoughts
I
on
didn't.
them?
I didn't have
I
a chance
didn't
to look
either.
at them, but I would like to see them. I will be totally honest, and I have no affiliation with Berkeley at all. And 80% of the plastics I've thrown in my life are Berkeley Gulp
Yep.
power. Like I don't. I'm missing
Power
the name.
any power baits
Power
or
bait.
whatever.
They got
But like honestly, and it's so. And then somebody asked. And I was actually talking to Kyle the other day from Daiwa about Berkeley products. And here's the deal. This is why I like them so much. If you go and buy a Honda engine,
Mhm.
and you're on the road a lot in Ontario, it's really hard to find any Honda parts. But if you have a Mercury or an Evinrude or a Yamaha, you can pretty much get those parts anywhere. So it's easier to run those. I feel like if I'm fishing a tournament in Northern Ontario or Southern Ontario or the Kawartha Lakes, everybody's going to have power baits. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you can go and get what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Right? There's some awesome soft pour bait. My buddy Stephen Rich makes some amazing new age lures. They make awesome baits. The only problem I have is that when I run out of them, I got to go to their house to get more. I can't just go to the local bait shop or the local Canadian Tire or the local sale or the local East Hill Outdoors. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So no matter where I am in Canada or the United States, I can go that night.
You can go to Walmart and
anywhere,
buy those baits.
and they're probably going to have what I need, and that's the part I really like about
Like
it.
every night when we fished FLW Canada last year, we were
You're loading up.
Canadian Tire and grabbing more stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
right. And and I know it's going to work. I have confidence in it. I've used it forever.
Yep.
Right. I'm not saying that there's other bait companies don't make great products. I just think that, I really like. They're just convenient.
It works for you.
And it's there.
Yeah.
Like I never have to worry. Like if I need a chigger craw, they're gonna have
we threw
chigger
a lot
craw.
of their swim baits for pike release.
Yeah, we did.
last
Caught a
year.
ton
That's
of-
coming up here in a couple.
Yeah,
of
it
weeks,
is.
too.
And like
Yeah,
think
it
about
is.
like we
Yeah,
were
it
in
is.
Marmara. We stopped in that store. They
Yeah.
had the swim baits we want.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They have the swim baits
The
we know.
exact swim baits we
There's
wanted.
nothing worse than here's another thing why I hate buying something, right? And it doesn't work, right? Like you buy a pack of these swim baits that are a good deal, and they're a couple bucks cheaper or they're a couple bucks more, and then they don't swim right. There's nothing worse than getting
Or
out
you
of
got
the
to
water.
go through 4 or 5.
They find a good
swim
one,
baits.
Yeah.
right? Or you're cutting the tails trying to get them straightened back out, and there's nothing worse than, it's hard to catch fish, and when you, you don't need any help not catching them. You know what I mean?
Should be sabotaged by the bait
yeah.
company.
Right.
Totally.
And if you do, call Ian West. No.
Yeah. Yeah. You get a bad pack of baits from somebody,
I'll
let me know.
talk.
We'll talk about it on the show. No, I don't, like most companies are really good. It's just like I bought 3-pack of Guggen baits while I was at the Bassmaster Classic.
Me too.
Right? So listen though. Let's say they're no good. That's totally gonna be fine. It cost me $18 American for 3 packs. So it's kind of expensive since that's the show deal. I wonder what the regular price is. But what if they're so phenomenal and epic? Can't get them in Canada.
No, you can't.
Where do I go? Tennessee?
Road
You call
trip.
Brian the Carpenter.
Right? Like I'd have to make some major moves to like get
Major
them-
moves.
Like I would have,
Postage.
I need to see the bait.
right? Tackle Warehouse isn't shipping to Canada anymore.
Yeah.
Is
they
that
are.
real?
Yeah, that's
I
real.
know.
That's a true story.
Is
No.
MTL still around?
No.
Oh,
Who?
Is that fact?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
actual fact.
Well, other people were saying, I seen, what was it, Danny's post. And then other
Listen.
people were saying they were getting it. They're getting their stuff. So I don't know.
So I don't know. Like so let's say we're fishing tournament, smoke them day 1 on the Guggen baits. I'll never get them for day 2 or 3
Nope.
ever.
Throw a dinger.
Oh my gosh. Let's take a 3-minute break. You guys share this with all your friends
Think
and
of some
family.
questions.
Think of more questions. We
can
haven't
we-
touched
can we
anything on the
answer
board.
this first?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do
Yeah, a
walleye
couple
feed up
small ones.
or looking down?
Ooh, that's a good question.
What was it? Sorry?
Do walleye feed up or looking down?
So here's what and I could be totally wrong here, and you guys can I'm not a walleye pro. When they're
I
in a
am.
river situation, I kind of feel like they hug the bottom really, really bad, and I'm going to say that it has something to do with the current, and but when they're out in clear open water, let's say you're getting them tight to the weed edge, right, like real tight, those fish are looking.
They're stealthy.
They're
hunters.
they're looking down. They're on the bottom in that weed edge. But if you catch them, like let's say in 20 feet of water on a crankbait that goes 15 feet deep, they're looking up. It all depends on what kind of gear and what they're feeding on. I think
Depends on
that
where they are in the water column.
that's
too.
right, totally, and where they are and what temperature. But like the beginning of the year, they're probably I think there's a ton of walleye out there that eat crayfish and dig
Does
stuff up on the
air-
bottom.
Does air pressure have anything to do with how
No,
deep they are in the
it
water?
depends on if they're chasing
Like
bait
weather?
fish. If they're chasing schools of bait fish and that's the major forage, then they're looking up. If
So
they're,
according
if,
to Gerald, it like the moon makes that
The
happen.
barometer?
Yeah,
Talking about pressure.
and the moon,
maybe,
the full moon.
but in
You don't
general,
remember that?
in general, that
That's a big.
it does
moon
for sure.
phase.
Yeah.
So, and let's say if the minnows are up on the surface, I'm in 8 feet of water, and like you see minnows on the surface, those walleye will come up all day long and take them a hair under the surface.
Yeah, it's wherever the bait.
Right, but wherever the bait is, if they're eating perch are naturally bottom dwellers, right? They like to hang
Well,
out. on the
walleye fishing, I think a good thing you should always do is make bottom contact, right? That's what they say. Always
absolutely,
make bottom
unless
contact.
you really notice them. If they come up and they're choking up like shiners, they're not eating on the bottom, right?
Probably not, no.
Probably not. They're
Dwayne
probably looking up.
Jacobs says both.
Yes, absolutely. It just depends on what they're feeding on. If they're feeding on perch, right? Perch are generally towards the bottom. They're not known as being suspenders. then those walleye are probably looking down. So it all depends on what kind of walleye you're fishing. River walleye, I've never caught one suspended. And out in the lake, it probably has to do with temperature and what they're actually feeding on. Rather, like bluegills, right? Those buggers will suspend crappie. If that's
Sure
the
they
major
will.
forage, then they're looking up,
Yeah,
right?
crappie are looking. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And so the walleye will be looking up at them. But I think to answer your question, I think that walleye will come up a lot higher off the bottom than anybody thinks they will. I watched it. Okay, so man, this
We do it ice
this
fishing.
always happens in this
Yeah.
in this thing. I used to think that in my mind, walleye were really slow movers, right? That they were good ambushers. Then I watched this episode of In Fisherman, and they're in crystal clear water. I'm going to say that it's like in Lake Erie kind of deal. They got the camera. It looks like they're in about 15 feet of water, and there's about a 5-pound walleye on the bottom. And they bring a crankbait about 6 feet down. And I'm telling you, in a heartbeat, that fish had grabbed that bait and was already back on its way down while he was setting hook. And that changed my whole perspective.
Oh, fish are super fast.
Do you not like?
Oh, they're
I'm
fast.
telling you,
They're not fast. They die.
yeah, that's right. So
Yeah.
that changed my perspective too, because I've been out on Rice Lake over.
Yeah, if we had dinosaurs like T-Rex still around now, you'd be real fast too.
Yeah.
totally.
You'd use those legs.
But I've fished right in the middle of the day lots of times where I would swim, like a grub over
Mm-hmm.
top of the weeds. You know how like in 8 feet of water the weeds would grow up to 6 feet.
Yeah.
It's just swimming along the top of the weeds and watch great big walleye fall in it. Like
Really,
come right up and get right in behind it at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and
We get them chasing up, and then they'll come right up when we're ice
Dwayne-
fishing. So why
yeah.
wouldn't they do it in the summer too?
Dwayne Jacobs said he caught them with topwater lures.
For sure. I've caught them
Yeah.
on frogs in the fall time in the Autonomy River. Like flipping frogs and like under pads. Marley caught it.
You could, whoa! You
So-
caught a walleye,
So walleye.
frog,
Oh, frog.
under some pads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marley caught one on Seymour too on a flipping jigging pad.
True story.
awesome.
So and on we thought he hooked a giant smallmouth on a dock in Seymour, and it's about an 8-pound walleye.
Wow.
And
On a dock?
I'd been up the Autonomy in the fall time, so my understanding is that I don't know if this is true either. I'm not a biologist by any means, but supposedly there's more protein in one frog than 100 minnows, right? So when that water starts getting cold and those frogs start heading to mud themselves in the shallow water,
Mhm.
the walleye will come in and
We
dig
used
them
to
up.
ice fish in like 2 to 3 feet of water in mud.
So I've caught them in,
View Lake because of that. Like right at the end. Well, I guess it would be end of January,
so I knew like in the fall I will go and flip like
February, end of February.
like like a toad bait and just flip it and let it hit bottom and like with a big old tungsten weight because I know they're mudding in there, right? But I've caught walleye doing that in a foot of water.
Yep.
Set
Oh.
hook and
Steven says he has you if you need baits from the US of A.
nice,
He's got you.
good. Not these guys, Steven. Don't give any of the guys else that deal. We're gonna take
Look at
3
you.
to 5
You're
minute
a
break.
mess.
Oh my God.
Brian, can you
Yeah.
run the classic vlog when we get back? What?
Oh, nothing.
Oh,
Oh,
we should talk about these.
Who
Miller
shook the
Highlight.
beers?
Miller, the whole case.
The whole case,
Really?
everyone I open.
Every time he opens, it just
Well, you think
Close
you'd know
up.
by now then?
right. No.
March 17th, 2019. Jeff, bro, you excited?
I'm very excited.
Something
Ian.
big's happened today.
I feel today is a special day.
It is a special day. It is the last day of the Bassmaster Classic. We were just getting ready to leave. We were watching Bass Live. Mike Iaconelli is in the lead. It's a race to first place today because tomorrow doesn't matter. Classic winner will be announced. We are up and at it, ready to go. Daiwa Battle Wagon, and we are going to the expo. There's gonna be some fun stuff there. I'm gonna buy some fishing products. We're back home. Mark, are you excited?
Oh, yeah,
It's
Buddy
classic day.
Mike, hey, Buddy Mike's lighting it up.
Mr. Iaconelli is leading the event so far. Still a lot of time on the day to go, but we're on our way to Knoxville, Tennessee to watch the final day of the Bassmaster Classic, and we're gonna bring it to you live from weigh-in. We are in beautiful beautiful downtown Knoxville, Tennessee. The church bells are ringing. We're just getting ready to go to the expo. That is really beautiful walkway. Scored some more free parking. This has to be one of the most friendly parking cities that I've ever been to.
And friendliest people.
I don't know if you guys can see that in the background, but that is the University of Tennessee. It is probably, honestly, the size of Port Hope, but the bells are ringing. And we are going to the expo. We, and when I say we, I mean Amber and I, there she is, are at the expo. It is absolutely jam-packed in here. Craziness. I'm telling you, there's 3 buildings and we're in building 1, and it is a madhouse in here. Check this out. The boys, Zona, and the rest of the Bass Live crew are up there giving the spiel. There's like no cell service in here, so I can't watch Bass Track, so we have no idea what's happening, but we're gonna make a lap of the show. We're gonna go over to the Daiwa booth, just check things out. So here we go, Bassmaster Classic Expo 2019.
But I can't see if you're right here next to me. Something's wrong, wasn't it fun? Is it now we're done? You get dressed, I'm like a mess, and you tell me to confess.
Check that out, the all-new 60th anniversary Daiwa, the 20100 edition. It's got the red inlays. We will be getting some of these in Canada, so keep your eyes open. They're limited amount, but they're coming. Super cool to find me. I get to see one at the show.
You can run, you can hide, but you can't put the blame on me. Because you're acting like a volcano, turning to be my savior. Nothing you do can save us, save us. Because you're acting like a volcano and make me feel outrageous. You keep teasing.
Leaving the expo. 2019, it's over. I bought 3 packs of Guggen baits because everybody kept asking me if I'd use them. Can't get them in Canada as far as I know. So I got 3 packs. 3 packs, that's it. 3 packs of baits at the Classic. Last year I walked out with a duffel bag, but we were so busy doing other stuff and checking the sites out that I didn't even really get a chance to look at any of those booths. Because you were busy, right?
Right.
Because you're paying attention to what I'm saying.
Yes. Yes, I'm
totally,
paying attention.
all the time.
All the time. I listen.
Pardon?
I listen.
Oh, we are going right now to crush some food. When I get back to the truck, I'm gonna see the update on the Bass Live tracker. But I gotta get some food before weigh-in. Everybody having fun?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Marley's great.
Just getting my steps in. If you're coming to Knoxville, Tennessee, you gotta come here and go to Calhoun's. We just crushed so much food. Guys, it's good, eh?
Yeah, it was really good.
It was amazing. The people are so polite here. Come to Calhoun's. That's where the blast off was for the last 3 days of the Bassmaster Classic. But you gotta, if you're ever coming to Knoxville, make sure you come down here. Tennessee River off the porch. It is absolutely stunning. Right now we are headed day 3 weigh-in. It's tight race. Bass Tracker is updating, and you know, it's so tight, who knows what'll happen in the last hour. But today, at some point, somebody is going home with a Bassmaster Classic. Here for the final day of the Bassmaster Classic, crowning a champion. We had enough food to feed a small army, but you will not believe how many people are here. Check this out. We're probably 400 yards from the front door. It is a jungle. All this just to watch a few guys weighing some bass. Bro, this is your first final day. Excited?
I am pumped,
Are you
actually.
excited to see somebody win a Bassmaster Classic?
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Let's do this. We got our seats in the top row. This is one of the cool things about the Classic. Before they weigh in the big guns, they bring in the college kids. Here we go, the final weigh-in for the 2019 college guys.
All right, you guys need a
11-7. If you have it, it's yours. If you don't, it's going to Tusculum. Looking for 11-7. You do have 5 fish in your bag. 13 pounds, 11 ounces. And the trophy's going to be headed down the Tennessee River.
Here we go, honey. Super 6 time.
Very exciting.
Who do you think's gonna win?
I didn't want to throw that.
I'm gonna go with Ike.
I'm really hoping Ike's gonna win, but I think Odd Defoe is the official winner. Fingers crossed. Good times anyway.
2 pounds, 6 ounces. Let's get on. Let's get our guys side by side. We're going to have an incredible champion no matter who it is, Tennessee. He started the day with 32 pounds, 6 ounces. Looking for 16-14. 12 pounds, 15 ounces. 12 pounds, 15 ounces. And your Bassmaster Classic champion is Odd Defoe. A showdown, a throwdown, a big fish mowdown by Odd Defoe. Come on, Tennessee, get loud for your hometown hero.
We are back to the house. Sean McCall.
Yo.
Dude, Odd Defoe won the Classic.
Yeah, he did.
That's pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, he crushed it.
He crushed it, and
Yeah.
they crushed some tears, but that's, you know, lifelong dream come true.
Oh, yeah, the amount of emotion in that moment.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I think if they even let me weigh in one bass, I'd cry, let alone win the Classic. We are not done with this vlog. Here's the plan. We are getting changed right now, and we are headed back to Knoxville, to the Knoxville Hotel, and we're going to the Ike Live party. Sean, we going to the Ike Live party?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. Game changer kind of night. That's cool. It'll be the last Ike Live party too, because all the guys from Bass are leaving. So I'm getting changed. I'm getting into my dinner clothes. Amber,
Yes,
you enjoy the Classic?
I did.
Special moment, eh?
Yeah, it was.
You going to Ike Live party?
Heck yeah, we are.
Heck yeah, we are. So I'm going to leave you guys here, but instead of ending the vlog now, because I don't have time to edit tonight, we're going to take you on the trip home tomorrow, and then I'll edit this when I get back to Ontario. So, guys, the Classic was awesome.
Elite.
We'll tell you about the Ike Live party tomorrow. Good morning. It is March. Hey, guys, what's today's date?
18th.
18th, 2019. Last night we were at the Ike Live party, having a blast. Met a ton of elite anglers. I got to run into some of my friends. I got some photos with Brandon Polnick. I got to talk to my homie Chad Pipkins. And sadly, today is the day we go home. So we are gassing up in the cheapest gas you could ever imagine. And we are headed back to Ontario. It has been an absolute blast of a trip. You guys have fun? Can you put your window down? Can you talk to me? Hello?
Your truck's not on.
Hey, did you guys all have fun?
Yeah, we did.
You had a blast?
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna come on the adventure home with us. Moose.
Yo.
Well, wait, what way are we going home?
Heading towards Buffalo, 12 hours and 13 minutes.
Did you have fun on the trip?
I had a blast, man. This was an awesome trip.
It was an amazing trip. Rich, you have fun?
Blast, brother.
Mark Hunter and that crew had left about 4 hours ago. They didn't even wait for us to get out of bed. So, come along with us. We're heading back to Ontario. Say hi.
Hi.
Just south of Lexington, Kentucky, Pounder home. We're making actually pretty good time. Stop for the food. We're just having a quick.
Hello, we are back. Thanks for holding in during the break.
That was a long break, eh? Everybody had to pee.
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
Everybody.
We got one bathroom here.
Yeah.
And a sink.
But Amber was in the laundry room, so I couldn't.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. So, we're going to get right into our Classic trip. But first, if anybody wants, we're going to answer more questions through the Eye on Board. But if anybody wants to, stick around for a third segment of the show and would like to call in and ask a question live on the FearFishing Experiment, message somebody in this room or the FearFishing page, and I will see it, and I will give you a phone number. Secret phone number. Go to the FearFishing Ian West page, private message, and I will give you a phone number in the third part of the show. If we get anybody who's interested in this terrible idea, let us know.
They got to bring something to the table, though. We don't want to talk about your cats.
I like cats.
Kill them all.
Yeah.
So-
I like cats. She's got 3 dogs in the house, not one cat.
Well, Chili's kind of like a cat dog.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Whoa, what
I'm
was
back.
that?
So if anybody wants to call in live to the Fear Fishing Experiment tonight, hit us up on the IM board or ask for the phone number. But it'd be easiest if you just message the Fear Fishing Ian West private message. Mark.
Yes.
We went to the Bassmaster Classic.
Yeah, we did
Fear
again,
Fishing
eh? Yeah, we did again. All right, 3 years in a row, right?
3 years in a row. Sean
Yeah.
was in Mexico. Told us he wasn't coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
No. We're not there
we're
yet.
not there yet.
Okay, so we drove from Port Hope to Tennessee. We
Yeah.
took Marley
Yeah.
and Lisa with us.
Yeah, we did.
You took Mike.
I took Mike. Yeah.
Guy Lafleur.
Guy Lafleur.
Guy Lafleur.
We met up on the way down.
I love how you talk
Guy
with the side of
Lafleur.
your mouth too.
Whoa. Rich and Moose came
Yep.
way behind.
Way behind everybody.
They told us they were going to leave around 9.
Yeah.
Left 11:15.
Whoa.
True story.
Guess who they ran into on the way there, Sean? The OPP.
What's up, OPP? Yeah, you know Moose.
Yeah, I seen something in the chat. You did a little video.
Yeah.
We
Got
always
that
have
out
one
of
of
the
those
way.
videos on our
Yeah,
trips,
yeah.
eh?
Yeah.
Somebody's getting the cherries.
And it's like he's interviewing Rich. He's like, Rich, what happened here? Rich, like, I think you were speeding.
We know you were speeding.
So
trying to catch up.
we made it to Tennessee. Great drive down there.
Yeah, it was. Way better than last year.
No,
eh?
we hit crazy
That
weather
snow
last
and
year, eh?
stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
worst
man.
weather ever. It's
Yeah.
beauty sailing all the way there.
Yeah.
We got to the Waffle House and we met a huge
Oh,
fan whose
the Waffle House coffee.
young son was a huge fan of fear fishing.
How
Yeah,
crazy
the lady,
is
the
that?
lady came out of the waffle.
Yeah.
Came
Yeah,
running
yeah.
out
It was
to you, right?
unbelievable. I thought I saw her at like the peripheral of my eye, and I thought she was telling us to come shut the cameras off.
Really, eh?
But she was like, "My son is your biggest fan."
That's cool.
We got a message here. We made. Okay, go ahead. Keep talking. So we.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I got.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I wasn't there for the Waffle House, so I can't really say about that.
Okay, move
story.
on
We
from
were
there.
checking in.
You missed the Waffle House?
We went straight to the house, and then we dropped our stuff off, and claimed our
grocery
beds.
shopping.
And then went grocery shopping. Met you guys at Walmart,
At
right?
the Super Walmart. What town did we
I
go
love
to?
our Walmart tours
Andersonville.
down there.
Oh, the Walmarts down there are way better than our
Oh
Walmart.
they're
yeah,
insane.
the food, eh?
Yeah, the
food.
people.
The people.
The people.
The
We met the
people.
nicest lady
Oh,
in
yeah.
lineup at the Walmart when Rich Asens, Asen, his
Asin.
his card wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So he was on my cell phone and we talked to this lady for half an hour.
At
She was so
least.
excited. She was going to the Bassmaster Classic.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, it was.
Where was
it
she
was
from?
Super cool.
She
Whatever
from-
town we were in.
Oh yeah, she was from there. Yeah.
Yeah. What town
Nice.
was that?
Andersonville.
Tennessee.
Remember how slow their Dunkin' Donuts was?
That was so slow.
So there's your consensus.
That was like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
no
but
crap.
the lady had like 3 bags.
The
come
lady's
out the
doing her
window.
grocery shopping in
Oh,
front of us.
It was
Well, that's the
brutal.
interesting
Food
part.
for a
and,
week.
And surprisingly, on iTunes and SoundCloud, more Americans listen to this show than Canadians.
Really, eh?
That's a fact.
And they
Yeah.
all like the donuts.
Well,
When you come
there's
to
a lot more of
I've
you're
them.
never
doing your
tried.
drive
when you
through
when you
long.
come to Canada, go to the Walmart, you're going to be disappointed, and when you go to
Yeah.
one of our gas stations, you're going to be
Be
really
You're
disappointed.
gonna be
But if you go to
upset.
Tim's, you're going to be really impressed.
My favorite
No,
thing about the
ew,
Yeah.
my favorite thing about the United States is like when you go to that backcountry convenience store and there's a restaurant in there.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's going to be awesome.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be
Or,
You know what I mean?
or a bellyache.
or the quarter the gambling machine.
Oh, we're not there yet.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
So-
Andy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Remember that?
Okay, bro.
So day one, we got there. What did we do day one? We went to quickly to the expo,
We did, yes.
and then we went to day one weigh-in.
Well, day one really wasn't our day one.
Oh, no,
Day one,
sorry.
yeah.
So we did 2 days of kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
Beautiful Airbnb we had.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
we
was
did.
awesome.
Stunning.
place.
We
did a
played
great
pool.
job.
We drank some beer. We had some
Fished.
fun. We fished.
Drank
Played
some beer.
games.
I just want to say something. When we left there, the amount of beer cans.
Yeah, it was
That
Yeah,
impressive.
I was embarrassed for you guys.
Why? Was it
I
not
don't
all?
drink. You know, you don't see a mountain of Dr.
Yeah,
Pepper.
but it's like
did you?
water for us.
I've never seen so many cases of beer.
Yeah, there was a lot of cases.
Well,
of
yeah,
beer,
good-
yeah,
yeah,
but there
cool.
was 10
It's like,
people.
wow, these guys
right?
were here for a week.
Yeah, there was 10, 12 people.
We went
right?
hard
So-
the first night, though.
Yeah, yeah. That was a good night.
It was a good night. Excellent night.
It was 20 degrees. Remember we were in our shorts?
Oh, it was beautiful.
Decks off every room.
And now I do have a new appreciation with shore fishing. Shore fishing is so tough.
It is.
Way tougher
When you
than
don't
in
know,
a boat.
right? You're not in the know.
You know, and like you can't just go grind it out and cast crankbait for a couple miles. Like you can cast it a couple, maybe
And
20,
you can only
30.
get to so much of the shore.
Yeah.
Totally, without trespassing. The locals were super awesome. They let us fish in the docks. It didn't help us at all.
No, it didn't. It was really deep, those
It was
docks.
crazy. I've never fished docks in my life where you had to open your bail 2 or 3 times to get to the bottom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like must have been 30 feet of water.
Wow.
Yeah, it was super deep.
Super
It was
deep.
deep. Like right
No
off
idea
the
how to.
spot.
We
Yeah.
tried fishing all over the place. Second year in a row that it just didn't work out for us. Boat fishing. I have a new appreciation when I see somebody catching a
Oh,
giant bass
remember
from
the-
shore.
Yeah.
You did something right.
Yeah, the year before we had our boats, we were at Fork, right?
2 years before that.
Yeah.
2 years.
Well, yeah.
That was way
before
better.
last year.
What were you gonna say, Amber?
The mountain trip.
Oh,
We're
that
not there
was-
yet.
That was crazy.
That was the first day.
That was the first
Was
day.
it?
Yeah.
Dude.
What mountain trip?
The mountain trip to go fishing in the ponds.
Oh yeah.
With,
Yeah.
Oh, let's
with
talk about
Jake.
this. So Mark Hunter sets this arrangement up with Lisa.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
dude, let's the scenario. Sean wasn't there.
No.
So
I was in Mexico.
there's like what do you call when they stack the boats at like a marina?
A marina.
You know what I mean? Like a marina, but they have them stacked on lifts, like
Storage.
storing them. Right?
Marine storage.
There's
Shelf.
5 or
Boat shelf.
6 from the first perspective, kind of sketchy guys standing around a door.
Sketchy
Dry
guys.
storage,
Right in the middle of nowhere on Norris Lake in
Yeah.
Tennessee. So Mark, he jumps out of the truck and goes over there. And
You
talks
were.
with them.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
getting
not
out.
going.
I'm scared.
You know what? I'm the future of fishing, like that gentleman made the comment,
I'm-
and I was not getting out of that
Yeah.
truck. Right? So Mark went the first time.
Because I'm better with people.
He goes over there and talks to them, and Mark instantly
He's not
becomes
good with
friends.
tubs.
He
Oh yeah, I got 5 new best buddies.
instantly
Yeah.
meets these
Instantly
guys,
we
and they
make
got
a
best
connection.
buddies.
Yeah.
So this guy tells Mark he's got a secret pond. We heard this one before.
Yeah.
It's up on top of a mountain. He were to meet him at the boat dock at 3:00 and then follow him about 40 minutes, and then we had to wait at a creek
Yeah.
for another half an hour while he went and got 2 of his buddies and their 4-wheelers.
Yeah.
And we head into the Tennessee mountains.
Everybody's thinking we're getting jacked
Murdered.
and everything.
Like I thought, right?
Joan's all worried. She thought she was gonna cry.
We Mark met these
Yeah.
guys outside of like a marina.
Yeah.
The guy put $5 worth of gas in his great big Dodge pickup. He said he was saving the rest of his day's wages for
Lunch.
his ATV gas. And then we show up and we followed them. I'm telling you, half an hour down dirt roads.
It was cool, eh?
It was
Upsides
super.
of
The
mountains.
the most beautiful views ever.
Yeah, the videos you guys sent me were pretty cool.
They were
It was
amazing.
wild,
Yeah.
dude. It was
I'm
pretty
glad you
cool.
did that.
So, 40 minutes. I mean, up and down mountains, single lanes,
Gravel.
Oh.
Mark,
Ditches and
yeah,
I was
there's a pickup truck in front, and then Mark, then me, and then a guy making sure we didn't turn around with an ATV.
Swear
you
to
couldn't
God.
turn
Swear to
around.
God.
There was no
Crazy.
turning around.
And
up
I'm
there.
about 95% sure that the guy on the ATV was carrying a handgun on his
Yeah,
hip.
he was for sure.
Right? So we're driving, and I was like, we're probably dead. Like, I've watched enough, like, unsolved mysteries that this is wholly how it goes down.
Is that why you guys were sending me the video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
This is where we are.
Moose shared his location.
I did. Yeah, and I'm telling you, like, just when you never get the feeling like we got to be there, like, got to be getting close.
No, it was
we
like
were
20
nowhere
Yeah.
close
We
to
just kept
close.
going and going and going.
Wow.
Right? So finally we find some ponds, right? And we pull over, and these people didn't kill us. They were
Okay, well,
actually
here's
really
a question. Did
They're
they,
really nice.
did they bring their own fishing rods?
No.
No.
See, I would have been sketched straight out right there. I'd be
Yeah.
like, well,
The only reason why we went is because they did bring a little kid.
Yeah.
And we thought,
There was
you
two
know, they're
kids with them.
probably not going to
Yeah.
kill us in front of the kids.
that or they're going to teach the kids young.
Yeah. Yeah. So I went through my head too.
So they were super
Oh,
nice
dear.
people.
Oh, he gave us a great little tour of
Yeah.
the fall or the dam.
Yeah, he was like a
Yeah.
super tour guide. It was a little sketchy, but I've never had a problem with anybody in the South. Like,
No.
the nicest people,
Yeah,
even
they
in
are,
the
yeah.
sketchiest situations.
Yeah.
Turned out they were super nice. They showed us where the ponds were. There was no fish in the ponds. Well, there was probably fish in the ponds,
Yeah,
but it
we
was
just didn't
cold.
catch 'em. Yeah.
We just didn't get them, but it was the view when we took the photo, when we stopped and took
Yeah.
the photo, was absolutely amazing. We had another truck that kind of was following us on the way out, he pulled up and he was a guy with his family, and he was pulled over and he was super excited to see the Ontario license plates. Like, I can't explain how.
Oh, everybody thanked us for being there.
Oh my God, they're
Thank you for
such nice
coming.
people. So I felt a lot better when we got out of there. Still alive. All my fingers.
Yeah.
Amber was with us.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Lisa, we made it out with the women.
Oh, God.
Man, like I was thinking, like we couldn't get turned around. The guy in.
I knew I could outrun him at least. Half
You know
you
what?
people.
What I was thinking.
You just got to run faster than him.
Yeah, yeah.
All I was thinking with the ATV too, because we were following, and I was throwing I got great big mud tires on my truck, and I was throwing rocks, right? And I was trying to
And
pull.
Buddy didn't have his goggles on.
Nothing.
Remember
No
that?
helmet, no goggles.
His beard
and I was,
was
like, you know, like
gray
you pull
from
over
dust.
and like let him, he wouldn't pass me, and I was like,
Just making sure you didn't fall behind and get lost.
yeah,
Yeah.
just being super nice.
Tail and Charlie.
taking them in the rocks in the teeth like chiclets.
Oh yeah.
But so that was a good experience. Then what did we do after that? I think we went home and
Yeah, we went
chilled.
home.
You
chilled
guys,
out.
you guys went to the you went to go see where you were going for the next day, and we went. Into,
Oh, yeah, we
we
took
went
it-
to the water park.
Let me tell
That's
you.
the next day.
The next
No,
day.
the
Day
next
two.
day. We went. You guys went to the water park and shopping for cowboy boots.
I got cowboy boots.
If there's any
Kentucky
questions or comments here too, or if anybody's getting bored by our story, just
If
let
you'd
us
like
know.
to see my cowboy boots next show, let me know. I'll bring them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're pretty cool.
Was that where you sent that sweet video?
No, that was at the trading post.
Yeah. That's a great video, by the way.
Thank you.
So we went and checked out the city of Knoxville. It is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
What a beautiful, beautiful city that is. Like, hands down, built in 1761, founded.
Oh, God.
I think that's what it said. The University of Tennessee is
Huge,
ginormous.
eh?
The size of Port Hope, the campus.
Oh, and there's better parking there and has more people there. I
Oh, it was on
swear.
the parking
Yeah.
was actually.
Yeah.
The parking was amazing.
The football stadium at the college, university, size of the Rogers Center. It's gigantic.
Oh yeah, it's big.
It's
big.
massive, huge.
Yeah, they do sports in a big way down
A
there.
huge way.
They don't mess around.
No.
Before I forget, you know that burger you had that I took your picture?
Yeah, yeah.
Joan said she's seen them on you gotta eat here or something.
Yeah?
The other day. Yeah.
Really?
That place we were at.
Yeah, we
Wow.
ate there.
Yeah.
We did. That
We
burger
did.
almost killed me.
I know.
Really?
It was 8 inches high.
It
It was
was.
big.
It was huge.
So we had a good time visiting the surrounding area. We went to what's that pigeon call?
Like
Pigeon
whale.
Forge.
Pigeon Forge,
It's a cool
which
place,
is
eh?
like it's kind of like the Niagara Falls, Las Vegas of Tennessee.
Yeah, it's more Las Vegas
meets
than
Myrtle
Niagara
Beach.
Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's like
super
it's
cool.
like a lot. It's like a Myrtle Beach, Niagara.
Yeah.
Got the falls.
Now let's get to the big stuff, the classic, the bass.
What about our
fishing.
fishing trip?
We talked about our fishing trip. It sucked.
The
Pigeon
next one
Forge?
where
We,
we,
didn't
went.
catch any bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
What do you
should-
want me to like?
It was fun.
Didn't Marley catch fish?
He caught,
Caught a trout.
Caught
And Lisa caught a
on
bass.
Got a trout bass fish.
So those two caught the only-
Lisa
Yeah.
caught a bass?
A
Off the
small
dock
little
at
tiny
the-
one. Yeah.
She's caught the most fish,
This year.
most bass.
Yeah,
this year.
on a
In the last
classic
2
trip.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah. Good on Lisa on crankbait
Wow.
too.
Wow.
she's good.
So we hit up day one. We go to the expo. We do the weigh-in.
The expo is a little different this year, right?
Yeah, it's a little more spread out.
Yeah.
A lot of
It's
walking.
confusing.
Two buildings.
I got my
Yeah,
steps in.
3. Well, 3
Wow.
sections.
3 sections.
Yeah,
Two buildings.
I guess. Yeah.
And then all the
Yeah.
hallways and stuff.
It was unreal.
It was lined up.
Yeah, it was
right?
kind of weird.
Now,
Tulsa rocked for that.
big
Yes.
bags day one, right? Day two, other guys had big bags. Guys fell short. It was going into day three. It was really tight.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Polnack, BP, our buddy there, he made some big moves.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
He came from a long way back.
did
I
it
think
the
he only
other
weighed
day
in
too,
12
and I'm
fish,
laugh.
12 or 13 fish,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So the final day happens. Sean McCall tells us he's not coming to the Bassmaster Classic under any
Not
circumstance.
coming.
We get into the what was that, James Bowden Arena?
No, this was Saturday.
Bowling.
This was
Yeah,
after
bowling
day two.
Day two.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
day two.
Day two.
Yeah.
Day 2.
I
day
see
two.
a guy walk around the corner. He's got his head down, strutting. Sean McCall made it. Sean McCall was there.
Yeah.
You came all the way from Mexico.
Yeah, I got on a plane at the day before I got on a plane at 8:30 at night. I flew into Toronto, landed at 2:30. My girlfriend and I grabbed our bags. I put her with the driver. They drove me over to the other terminal. I got out, got in line, checked in, got in line for another plane here.
Yep.
Or to the Classic.
Woohoo!
They pulled me out of that line. There was already there was over 1,000 people in front of me waiting to go through U.S. Customs because they had all that plane trouble the week before. Right?
Yeah.
They had the big storm go from the Great Lakes all the way to the coast, and then they grounded that 737.
Yeah.
And that was the kind of plane I took down to Mexico.
Oh, wow.
So I was
feel
like,
now?
when I was going back, I'm like, oh my God, I hope they found a plane for us to go home in. Like,
I
got this much time to get to the next terminal, get the flight here.
Yeah.
Right. Tried to rebook a flight down here when I've only got like a day and a half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would be tough. So anyway, I got back into Toronto, made the other flight. They pulled me out of the security, pushed me through, past all those 1,000 people, and I just made the plane. And I came down. I got here around 1:30 in the afternoon.
So Sean showed up.
Yeah.
We took a picture together. It took me about an hour after that to even realize Sean was there.
Yeah.
Like I was so deep
funny.
into filming and like answering questions and social media. We were watching the way in, and I look over and I'm like, holy jump, Sean McCall's here.
Holy jumping.
He was all happy, hopped up, gave me a high five, hug.
Wow.
was like,
It just
wow.
didn't register in my brain while I was like trying to do everything.
You just, yeah.
I was just going through the.
You're kind of used to him being there already.
Yeah. And I was like, and I just
he didn't
happened
miss
to look
you
over.
at all when
I
you were
know.
gone.
I just looked over.
That's
I
what
was
you're
like,
saying.
Dick.
Yeah.
Sean's here. What's going on?
Kind of dicky.
Now,
We all talked about Sean being missed.
yes, we did.
Yeah.
It was a lot
Sean-
better after I got there.
If Sean
was.
was here, if Sean was here.
How do you know it was better when you weren't there before?
Well, I know what happened after I got there, and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
There's something special about being at the Classic, and there was really something special about being at this Classic. There was a lot of emotional guys.
Oh, there was. Yeah.
They gave some pretty big speeches about leaving.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of tears were shed.
There was a lot of tears that were shed.
Yeah, it was pretty heartwarming.
Now, going in, I thought Mike had a shot, Mr. Iconelli. I thought,
So did I.
even the Bass Live that we'd watched, we'd picked up, I thought Mike had it. It turns out that the hometown hero, Mr. Ottifo, pulled off the win. Pretty like exciting.
He was my number one pick in fit.
I thought he was going to win too. I was hoping that Mike would win, but
the buddies battling
He was,
it out.
he
Him and
was
Wheeler.
hugely favored.
When I saw the second last guy weigh in, I think Mark Daniels Jr.
Yeah.
And I saw Ott crying. I was like, he won. He knows he won. It's getting emotional, which it was pretty cool. It was pretty exciting to see. It's such an emotional thing to be there.
It is, eh?
It is man, that guy's dream just came true. Like unbelievable.
In his hometown.
His family.
Yeah, all his
it always
family,
gets
friends
me
there,
when.
yeah.
Did you see what his daughter wrote on his driveway?
Yeah, that was
before
cool.
they went to the class.
Yeah.
Tell
That was
everybody.
stupid. Huh?
Tell everybody. What was
Yeah, I didn't see
It was the 2019 Bassmaster Classic champion lives here.
Yeah.
On the driveway.
Yeah. When chalk.
Yeah.
Super cool. It always gets me emotional when the family shows up.
Yeah.
When they come on stage and then
Moose emotional or like Ian emotional?
No, I didn't see Moose.
I
He
got
must have
Moose
went-
emotional.
Did you
I
cry?
did, yeah.
It's heartwarming.
You cried?
I cried when
You cried
Gerald's
this one?
window cried.
You cried
You
when
cried
Window?
with Gerald?
Yeah, I did.
Aw, that's romantic.
Yeah,
That was a
we're-
moment. You guys have a moment now.
We did have a moment.
Oh my god.
He's frustrated right
He is
Yeah,
having
he
a
is.
really
I
hard
cried
time.
when I watched
He
that
is.
video.
I think
too.
I think there's a few anglers out there that are pretty
Well, I
frustrated.
think transition's kind of hard for them right
Yeah.
now.
Change.
It's
Hard for
really
everybody.
different. It's a whole different deal. Like you're talking, the guys are down there 6 days. So fish a day, you're off a day. Fish a day, you're off a day.
Yeah.
Fish, right? And it's a different format too, where you got to be the best every day. gotta
You
be
lose
up
momentum
there.
on those breaks in MLF too. I feel
I
like
think so too. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now, let's get back to Classic, then we'll talk MLF. Anybody, again, if you want to call in, let us know. Any questions, comments, let us know.
Concerns?
Ott wins the Classic.
Yes, he does.
The Ott winning the Classic is the second best part of the Classic, in my opinion. The first best awesomeness part of the Classic is the Ike Live party.
Yeah.
Right? So we hustle home, get changed, get on our going out gear.
Yeah, man.
Then we head to the Knoxville Casino, which looks like a pyramid.
It's not. It's the Hotel Knoxville.
Yeah. Was it Hotel Knoxville? Yeah.
I felt like we were gambling. We go in the front doors, and every fishing celebrity personality you could ever think of is there.
Was there? Yeah.
In the building.
Like last year, there was like 3 or 4, right? Maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah.
4 pros.
Yeah.
There last year.
Yeah, give or take.
And then they were like all there.
Yeah.
And there was a ton of people.
Then way more than that I've ever seen at a Lake Live party before.
Yeah.
Founders was the beer. It was super delicious.
Word's been getting out about these parties.
It was huge. So I didn't even make it to the bar, and about 8 people bought me beers. I was really like shocked.
It was free.
I was.
Don't be too flattered.
Well, yeah, no, but I was honestly like
Let me
overwhelmed.
get you a beer, not let me buy
You know
you.
what? Like I was honestly overwhelmed that anybody even noticed who I was.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got nice words from a ton of people about listening to this show and watching the vlog. I was absolutely floored that anybody even recognized me. I got to talk to the guys from BTL. I got to talk to the guys from Straycast. I got to see my homie Brian the Carpenter. I had a really nice conversation with Mr. Mike Iaconelli.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was really cool. He got out of line. He had a whole ton of fans waiting. He
Yeah,
took
he
out
did.
line really quick.
He was there a long time before
Yeah.
he could even move. He was like,
And he
So I couldn't
Stonewall.
move.
We
Yeah.
got to see some of
That's
our.
got to be hard though for all the guys, like for to go there.
I think the
They
different
do
ones of them like it differently.
Yeah, well, they just finished the classic. It's
Yeah.
crazy going on.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Tired.
a lot of these guys
Hungry.
are going their separate ways for the season, and
Yeah.
you know, for the people just to line up to talk to them.
I think Mike likes it though.
Yeah, well,
I think Mike likes that part, and
Yeah,
Mike's,
yeah.
And Mike's the one who stood and waited and talked to everybody. It's
Oh
his
yeah,
party.
Yeah, he
all of them
did.
I
talked
think
to
that was
everybody
a
in front
smart
of me.
good
marketing
on him.
play.
Good on
Yeah.
him.
He probably got 200 pictures taken with him just in that line that I saw, and 200. That's 200 shares on Instagram,
Yeah, yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Smart play for Mike's marketing.
Yeah, yeah.
So everybody, the rest of us were just like animals. We got to see our buddy Chris Grohl.
Oh, he's a beauty.
He is an
I hung
athlete.
out with him all night, man. He's
Yeah.
a beauty.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, I got. Does anybody here know Mike Landers?
Mike Landers, no.
Mike Landers and Bobby Lane are the exact same person. I even sat down outside with Bobby Lane and talked to him about Mike Landers and him being the same person. And Bobby's like, "Get him on the phone. Get him on the phone. Call the man. If it's this close." And I showed.
You won't see him in person.
I
at the
saw.
same
I
time,
saw.
but-
I showed Bobby Mike Landers' Facebook, and he's
Yeah.
like, "That's my brother from Canada." He's like, "Jesus, that really does look like me." So that was cool. They were way overwhelmed at the hotel. Than like there was way more people.
Yeah,
than
they
thought.
weren't
Oh, yeah.
expecting
Yeah.
like 400 people
No.
to show
Yeah.
up. And
Yeah.
blow
They were
the place out.
understaffed, to say the least.
Yeah.
So
it was
I
a lot
was
of
talking to
people.
my buddy Chad Pipkins.
Poor
Chatted
guy.
with him. Yeah, poor guy in the sling. I'm
He's
trying
back
to think
fishing
who else.
again now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Good for him. I'm glad he's sharing his story about the whole deal on his Instagram too. It helps people at home relate that these guys are going through the same issues as
Yeah,
the
sure
rest
they
of the
are.
world.
Yeah, you got
Human
it.
beings.
Sean.
I talked to I can't even tell you. I talked to everybody. We had a nice chat with Scott Martin, who agreed to do the 100th episode of the FearFishing Experiment.
Yep.
Right?
Nice.
We were
Super
talking
cool
to him
guy.
for a
Yeah,
while.
He
So
was a super nice chat with him. I chatted with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I had a conversation with Kelly Jordan about
Yeah, nice.
him being a doctor.
He's a beauty, man.
He is a beauty.
Yeah.
I
He had
talked
those
to
little
everybody.
glasses on. We were-
Oh, yeah.
Super nice guy.
He loved him.
So I had never met Brandon Polnick in person. I talked to and chatted with Brandon. You want to tell this story?
No, you go ahead.
No, I don't really
it's
know.
better- it's better
like
for
yeah,
you.
because I
Okay,
like
what am
here's my side. I had met these two gentlemen from Alabama,
After the
and we
8
were
beers.
trying the thing. No, I had 8, and then Chris Grohl gave me 2 out of that Corona 6-pack, and then I wanted 2 more. But I've been standing there forever. I made buddies with these 2 guys from Alabama
Yeah.
who listen to the podcast on SoundCloud. We were having a
Nice.
conversation about this. I ordered 2 beers, and she brought me 1, and I hadn't paid for the one. I was waiting for the other one, and so Amber comes over. And then this is where you can fill in from here.
I was just trying to get your attention. I'm like, you got to come with me. And you're like, I'm getting 2 beers. And I'm like, you have to come with me now. Can this wait? And no, I'm not leaving it alone.
It's beers.
I've been waiting. I'm not leaving it. So I had to wait, and I was like, listen, you got to hurry up. You have to go see who's outside. There's somebody outside. You have to
Now
go see.
tell the backstory of what had happened before this. You tried to lie to me too and say that Gerald Swindle was outside, and I said that I'd rather the 2 beers than to talk to Gerald Swindle.
That's because you're jealous
Yeah.
of our relationship.
So what happened outside?
They
what
have
happened? What
memories.
happened outside
I
in
went
this
outside
time?
for
got
some
feelings.
fresh air.
They have moments.
You went outside for some fresh air.
And I caught Brandon Polnick and his wife walking.
Girlfriend?
Girlfriend. Darn it. Sorry.
Which one was it? His wife or his girlfriend?
Both.
Girlfriend.
He was
Oh, I was
having
gonna
a
say.
great night.
Hopefully the other one isn't listening.
Yeah. Tiffany. And they were outside. And I went over and introduced myself to them. And they knew. I said I'm Ian West's wife. And we watch your vlog and Facebook. And
he was
blah,
like,
blah,
funny, we
blah."
just met you and West's girlfriend.
There was a few there, I'm sure.
That's funny. That could be true.
That was. Oh my God. What do I say to that?
I don't know. Anyway.
So anyway, I said.
So
you
Brandon
cannot
was
be-
signing autographs from what
I
you
got-
told me. Like taking pictures with people and signing stuff.
with Rich and I.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You were the fans.
Yeah. And
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh my God, Ian's gonna lose it if he doesn't get to meet you, and I got to meet you. I'm like, but first I got to take my picture with you. So I got my picture taken with both of them, and then Rich. And then I said, would you let me go inside and get Ian and bring him out? And he's like, yeah, sure. Just don't tell him that I'm out here. Don't tell him there's a surprise. So, yeah, I went in and got you, and it took me forever. And they were
Yeah,
like,
right.
Where the hell's
So
Rex?
I come through the door, right, and I had to go give Marley my 2 beers, and I was like, I'll break your neck if you lose these 2. I've gone through a lot here. And I said, so I go out the door, and as soon as I got to the door, I saw Brandon with his arms up, and I was like, oh, what's going on, homie? And we were shaking hands, and he's like, what
Homie? Did you say
I did.
homie?
I like that word. So, and we were just talking, and he was like, what took you so damn long? And I said, you told me Gerald Swindle was out here, and he was laughing, right? So it was really nice to meet, like, hang out and talk to Brandon. We got a couple pictures, and Brandon had to go. They had like a 40-minute drive to their trailer, do some more
Their
filming,
RV.
their RV. So that was cool. And
Yeah,
then,
he does it right, eh?
Oh,
he does it right.
The whole
They have a
setup they
dog.
have and how they're marketing this whole thing is super awesome. So later on, I go inside and I drink my 2 beers, and some of my buddies who had come down from Canada had come to the party too, and they were leaving, so I went
And they
outside.
were first timers.
Yeah, I went outside to say goodbye, and they were a little
Yeah.
overwhelmed by all the star power there. And they were joking around with me how, like, this is perfectly my situation, and that, like, man, they were like, we look over and you're talking to him. We look over here and you're talking to him. It's not very often that I'm, like, really starstruck, right? So I get outside and I turn, and there's Aaron Martins.
Oh, yeah?
Right? So I looked, and I struck up a conversation with Aaron, and like, Aaron's talking. You know how Aaron talks? Like,
He's probably thinking, hey, buddy, my eyes are up here.
yeah. So we're talking, and Aaron asked me what I did, and I told him, I fish and I film videos, and we have a podcast. And I said, Aaron, would you like to do the podcast sometimes? And he was like, yeah, I would.
He's a good guy, eh?
Right? And he
Yeah,
was
he's so
like,
nice.
I was like, how do I get a hold of you? And he's like, you seem like good people. I'll give you my cell phone number. Right? So I have my phone open, and I put in Aaron Martins, and there must have been a shit-eating grin from ear to ear. Right? And then I put in his phone number. Right? And I was like, and as soon as I hit enter, I was like, oh my God, I have Aaron Martin's phone number. Right? So nice enough.
Yeah,
So we
creepy.
were like, and I've never been like I was thinking, like, man, this is the coolest dude on earth, right? Like, super awesome. So his wife comes over and she's like, he'll never answer text messages. I'll give you my email address and you can email me and we'll set it up for the show. Right? So I talked to Aaron for like maybe another 20 minutes, and they went on their way, and we went on our way. On the way home, I texted Aaron Martins, and I just said, it was nice to meet you. Right? And 10 minutes later, he messaged me back, and he agreed to do the show again. So I was like, that was my class trip. Like,
What about
after 12 beers, I got to talk to Aaron Martins.
There you go. Yeah, we had a whole little side table, and
I
it was
seen
just
that.
loaded full of drinks, man. Like, well, when I went in, I waited at the bar for like
was
40
ever.
minutes. I was standing there with
Oh, yeah,
Chris
yeah.
and his girl, and was talking with James Watson, and waited, and they were they only had
They had like
Yeah,
two
2 people.
or 3 people for
Yeah.
500 people.
Yeah.
Big shout out to the German crew we met.
Yeah, they were cool
Yeah.
guys,
They're
eh?
super awesome. I've been chatting
Yeah.
with them on Instagram. If they're watching, they were a great group of guys. There's no bass in Germany, and they actually go to Italy to fish all their
Fish.
bass tournaments.
Yeah, that's
and
pretty cool.
They had come to watch the classic and fish. So,
That's quite the trip for them, eh? Come from like
unbelievable.
across the ocean to watch this.
like they're surprised that Canadians come down to watch it? They came from Germany.
Yeah,
Germany.
yeah, yeah. Like,
And Holland, one from Holland. The rest were from Germany. Super,
Yeah.
the nicest.
yeah,
young
they were
men,
really
too.
nice guys.
Super,
Yeah.
like
English
chatty.
was amazing too.
Yeah.
Hey, did you notice that?
Super, super nice kids. So the Ike Live Party was another phenomenal, amazing event. That's pretty cool. That like you'd never be able to do that to NFLers or
No, you'd never get that
basketball
close.
players
No.
or just straight up cool guys. I talked to Kelly Jordan. I said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked him. I heard a rumor that he was a doctor and he stopped being a doctor to fish, and I asked him, and he's like, yeah. And I'm like, Wow, you're awesome.
I need
I
you
was
on
like,
my
wow.
boat.
was
You
like-
guys could use a doctor.
That's so awesome. Yeah. I should have told him. I've been
Yeah.
like, you should see how many hooks Sean McCollum removes from me. So
I'm good.
You are good.
They call me the surgeon.
The surgeon.
Hands
yeah.
down, the Bassmaster Classic
Impaler.
is the best show like trip you can go on without being like fishing.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Fishing trip, non-fishing trip.
It gets you pumped for fishing, though, eh?
Oh my God, does it ever?
Yeah.
Does it
That's
ever?
there's something in there.
Okay, so let's do this. We've been going at this for forever.
Do you
Let's
wanna answer
have
a question or
yeah,
two?
yeah. Fire them out here.
Yeah, we
Alright,
got
so
questions.
I didn't know we had
Marcia
any.
Says, what kind of prop are you running? A 3, 4, or 5 blade, and why?
3-blade prop.
This is 3.
Yes,
The brand
because
name is 3.
Mercer Marine told me that is what is the best thing to put on my boat, and I trust everything Mercer Marine says.
Which is the best one to put on your boat?
I have a 3. I don't know.
3?
You, any
I have
of you
a
guys
3
have
prop.
those?
I have a
You got
3.
the answers?
I have
What
a
do
3 and a 4.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you like better?
Yeah, what do you prefer?
What's on it now?
Yeah.
Just I like the 4.
Yeah?
Why?
We should bank this
found it
question
would-
and ask when Andrew's here.
Control it better.
Yeah, bites a
Andrew
little
would
better.
know way better. I'm not really.
Who's
technical.
remembering that?
Not
Is it a
me.
big difference just
Not
like
it.
in
Called
planing
it.
and stuff like that?
One's got one will get you out of the hole faster, and the other one's got better top end speed. But the hole shot means a lot in a bass boat,
That's
especially when you got
pitch-sized.
batteries, and then you fill your live wells up, put a couple of fish in there. You put some serious weight in the back
Weight.
end of that boat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
Those
That's why these
engines weigh
lithium
a ton.
batteries, a lot of them are switching to these lithium
That's crazy.
batteries.
They're
Too.
expensive, eh?
Huge
Wow,
money.
they're
Holy
half-
smokes.
Well,
half
one-
the weight,
one-
quarter
Like
of the weight.
$2,800. Whoa.
4 lithium
US.
Yeah, 4 lithium batteries weighs the amount of one normal battery, though.
That's what a Zumi.
Yeah.
That's
So
what-
4 of them, that's like $12,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
to save 140 pounds.
When I was down in Texas and Azumi was there, he
Yeah.
had that. He had that. It was the first year that those lithium batteries
Yeah.
came out. And
Yeah,
he
yeah.
had them there. It was like 10 G's then
Wow.
to have those.
You got a special charger set up, too.
No, it's
yeah,
its own. Yeah, it's got its own charging. So that came with the charger.
Let's fire out a couple more questions here.
Okay. Kermit's asking if you have ever fished Lake Nipissing.
I
did
have.
go. I
It
went
was
into
terrible.
I went into Lake Nipissing once. I've never fished in the boat. I went on an ice fishing bungalow with Mr. Horniak, and we pounded the snot out of walleye. It was a really good trip.
I did the qualifier there this summer.
Yeah, that was
I caught a
rough one, eh?
giant too.
I did the ice bungalows there as well.
Caught
That was
the
a good trip.
second biggest fish of the time.
I would like to do ice bungalows there.
You really
Yeah, we
would.
went up with like
We
20
should.
guys. It was awesome.
We should do that next year.
Yeah.
If anybody's got an ice bungalow business that's listening, want us
Contact
to
Woody.
come up,
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Woody would
Yeah.
love to hear from you.
Contact Woody.
Call me.
Yeah.
Show
You
them.
want to give your number out?
Say that again.
No, let me look up your number. Though.
Yeah. You got any more? Do you got questions?
Yeah, I do.
Fire them out here.
Go ahead, Amy.
Well, why don't we have a break, and then we'll, if anybody wants to call in, we'll do like answer question time. Get all your questions in right now, and we'll do the third part, just questions.
You got to pee
Okay,
off.
but we're still going to
Don't be shy.
do the rest of the.
Yes, as soon as we come back, we're going to answer questions. We're going to give everybody 3 or 4 minutes to get some more questions in here, and if anybody would like to call, contact somebody right now. Sound good? We can just continue playing that.
We're not.
log.
You didn't even touch the board.
I know we're trying to get to it,
Naughty.
but I got to use the little boys' room.
Wow.
Break for that everybody can go to the washroom, and then we're back on the highway. We are going to stop somewhere around Lexington, Kentucky at a mall or something for that we can get all the kids some souvenirs. We forgot to get them stuff in Tennessee, so we're gonna stop in the mall. Check it out. Right in the middle of Ohio. We're getting closer to Lake Ontario, but it's still a long drive. Everybody is in the gas station going to the washroom. We're getting geared back up to make the final leg of the trip. I'm filling up the old Daiwa battle wagon with gas. Gas is really, really cheap. I wish it was this price in Canada. Do a lot more fishing if we could get gas for $2.12 a gallon. But we're having fun. We've had a great time in the car. I'm sorry I didn't bring you guys more, but it's really hard to pound it down the highway and film. But we're almost there. Getting excited to get home. I'm missing Tennessee weather already. It's really cooling down. But I think we got another 6 or 7 hours and we should be back to Port Hope. 1:42 a.m. and we have made it to the border. We're stopping at the duty free on the American side, and then She's across the bridge, home sweet home to Canada. It's been an amazing time, America. Thank you so much for having us. It is late. I am tired. The next time I see you, I am going to be in Port Hope, Ontario. Hopefully the old battle wagon through. Then back to the province of hockey and Mounties. Finally made it home from Knoxville in the Bassmaster Classic. It is exactly 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm too tired to even put the camera on the tripod. Amazing trip, amazing group of friends. Big congratulations to Ott Defoe who won the Bassmaster Classic. Ever get the chance to load up a bunch of your friends and head to the Bassmaster Classic, I highly suggest it. It is one of those trips that you'll never forget and well worth the no sleep and the tons of driving. Remember, fishing season up here is going to start soon. Bass fishing is only months away. Follow, subscribe, follow on Instagram, follow on Facebook. Thank you so much for coming along on the adventure with myself and Amber and all the Fear Fishing crew. Will, see you soon. March 16th, 2019. We are up and at 'em. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning.
Good morning, Marley.
Morning.
What are we doing?
We're going fishing.
We're going casting. Our American success is not very good for fishing, but we are going to a new spot. Marley, tell us the spot we're going to.
It's near Pigeon Forge.
It's a river.
It's like a ditch, I think.
So on our way down, everybody told us how good this lake we're staying at was going to be. And it turns out that all the locals say that this is probably the worst lake to possibly shore fish on the planet. So we're trying a new spot. How far is it away?
I think it's like 40 minutes.
It's not too bad.
It's towards Knoxville though. So.
Towards Knoxville, where the Classic is. So we're up early. We're gonna do some Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and then we're gonna get on the road. We're gonna do some fishing, and then we're headed back to the Classic. We're gonna watch weigh-in for day 2, and we're gonna try to get this camera in for you can see some of the highlights. LaFleur!
Yeah.
You ready to go fishing, homie?
You got it.
Hey, give me
one
some
today.
love. Hopefully, out of all of us, we can get one. Better be me. We have made it to Christmasville. What town is this, guys?
Pigeon Forge.
Pigeon Forge is like Niagara Falls on drugs, on steroids. It is huge. Mar, what do we see? A gorilla?
It's a gorilla.
Titanic?
An upside down.
An upside down castle.
Castles.
Is absolutely insane. It's craziness.
Yeah.
We watched a YouTube video and they caught some bass here, so we're gonna give it a go, but it's more like a trout creek back home, so I'm not exactly sure how to fish it. I'm gonna throw the spinner bait to get her started. Am, are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
I'm going to get some. We're back. Hey, what's up? Third part of the show. We haven't done 3 parts of the show in a long time. We didn't get anybody who wants to call in. I haven't seen a message from anybody.
No? Huh.
Maybe they're scared.
Maybe. Intimidated.
We should.
No need to be.
Maybe we need to start prank calling people in the third part of the show like Ike does. Their number's actually blocked by Bass Pro Shops. Yeah. We should just call Ranger and order a boat. Just something ridiculous.
Ooh, Mike Williams is watching.
Mike, shout out to
Mikey.
Mike. Okay. Who's got a question?
We're doing question?
We're doing a question.
So I have how do you feel about Berkeley Havoc?
Berkeley Havoc, I believe, is the same product as Berkeley Power Bait. It just doesn't have the scent. I used it all like lots. I really like the one creature bait for flipping cane.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Chigger craw?
No, that's a regular power bait. You got a question, Amber?
What is it?
Were you eating during the show?
Maybe I was. I don't know.
She was too. What are you eating over there?
A
Cookies?
scone.
A scone?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a blueberry?
I don't know if they
one
make
frosted
Berkeley
flower?
Havoc anymore or not.
No, I got cheese.
I'm not sure if they
I'm
have
not- I have no
I'm
idea.
not sure
I have
either.
no
I
idea.
think
Mine
they've
got stale before it
incorporated it
got to
into something else.
So Daniel wants to know if the Polish Prince intimidates you during a tournament. And
No.
then Chris Tatosco
No.
replied, he won't fish any tournaments that I do.
I'm not scared at all.
Ooh.
I'm not
And
scared at
then
all.
Daniel
Listen here,
also-
comrade. I'll let you know when I decide what fishing tournaments I'm fishing. You can come too.
Watch this.
Y'all want to go fishing?
Y'all
Y'all
want
wanna
to
go fishing with me?
me?
This is war.
Besides fishing, are you getting ready for turkey hunting season?
Woo, that's a good question. I haven't talked to Amy's brother, but I was hoping to get out doing a little turkey hunting with Amy's brother, Mark and I.
I thought Kyle.
I see so
We're going
many
with Kyle
turkeys.
too.
Yeah,
Do you want me to call him, see if he'll answer his phone?
Yeah.
See what's up?
How many
We can
times-
call
how many turkeys did
somebody
we see
in
the
a
other
call
day?
in.
Yeah,
it's true.
The what?
We'll just put them on the spot.
How many turkeys did we see the other day?
Dude, there was so many.
Yeah.
I've been seeing them.
So right now they're flocked up, and you see kabillions of them. When breeding season comes,
Kabillions.
it
Yeah.
becomes a little tougher for rookies
People like us.
Is that a new unit of
The
measurement?
McCall
Just
brothers.
us.
The McCall brothers just go to the truck and call one. Just turkey.
Yeah.
Up
Hey,
one cup.
turkey. Come here, turkey.
Miles locks eyes with them.
Yeah.
And they just come strutting in.
Yeah, he can call a bird in from a mile away.
I saw my shout out to Miles. I saw Miles this week. He's working at the house down the street.
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to him.
Nice.
He's like I even told Aaron Martins, I was like, I know you in a hunting version. I did. I said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Well, they're both Rain Man of their art.
Yeah.
So we also have a question. I can't even understand how to say that word, but it's he's asking what the best side to fish on St. Clair, Canadian or U.S.
Ooh, never been to St. Clair, but maybe go in the summer.
And
That's
what
one of the options in the tournament series, St. Clair.
Yeah, it is.
It is one of the choices to be made. I've had a really hard time making my decision on what I want to fish this year. I'm going to say the American side just because it's America.
Things are bigger in America.
Probably got better gas station and Walmarts too.
Way better.
I have no idea.
We've never seen a Sheets.
No, we didn't see sheets.
Not once.
That
You
was
had
so
them.
good.
Yeah. Those
You
are
had
great.
them on Saturday.
Had them on Saturday. Yes, I did. No, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I got lots.
Okay, read them out. Well, Amy's working on the next one. Or are you trying to get your brother?
Mike Howard wants to call. He just doesn't have a number.
Oh, sure.
So if you
Give
wanna
Mike Howard.
message Mike Howard.
You want to message him, Mark?
So we're gonna call David right now too.
Okay, we're gonna call
On the
David.
line, so go ahead, Amber.
This show has gone crazy.
Just picked up a Corona. Dude, you got to watch your drink there.
Spin it prop.
Just picked up. Oh, we're calling.
He probably won't answer.
Does he know that we're calling him?
No, I haven't.
He's not
messaged
watching
him.
tonight?
Or do
He
you wanna
might be
call?
sleeping. Might have to work tomorrow. I don't know.
Cold
He
call.
usually
We're gonna.
watches.
I'll
He's
leave a
probably never
message.
got a call from this number.
I'll leave a message.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
How are you gonna leave a message?
I will talk loud. Hey, what's up, man?
Not too much, just sleeping.
Yeah, we're really sorry to wake you up. We're here live on the interwebs.
Oh, that's great.
Are we still going turkey hunting?
If I can get my boat fixed again.
Again? What do you do that thing?
Absolutely nothing. It's just a piece of shit.
Beep beep. Okay. There's a big sale this week at East Hill Outdoors on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I will be there with the Daiwa crew on Thursday and Friday. You come in, we'll get that all sorted out for you, and then we'll go get some turkeys.
All right.
You guys have a plan?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you go back to sleep. We didn't mean to wake you up. Work tomorrow?
Yeah.
What time?
Normal time.
Who cares?
Morning. Morning.
Anyway, have a great night, my man. We'll see you this weekend at the sale.
All right. See you later.
Sweet dreams.
Wow. That went well.
That was awesome. I feel bad we woke him up. Not really.
No more cold calls.
No more cold
Dick-
calls.
It's a dick move.
That was all right.
That's an awesome move.
He usually watches the show.
He does.
Yeah.
He watches it like all the
You
time.
should have seen it coming.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
have.
Well, I had a feeling that when I didn't see him comment on it, he usually makes some comments and stuff.
Yeah.
And when
Oh,
I haven't
does he?
seen
Yeah.
him
Yeah, I didn't
active
see him.
tonight, so he was asking me. the
Amber,
other day, too.
questions.
Yeah.
Okay, read them.
What was he asking
Jeez.
me the other day?
Just picked up a Kronos medium heavy FS.
Yeah, fast.
Yeah.
Fast. He just put MHFS and I figured that out myself. I just want to point that out. 721. What should I spool it with? 8 pounds or 10 pounds? If it was yours.
Javier.
Depends what he's doing.
Yeah, it depends on what you're doing, but generally, I would throw the 10-pound braid on that. We're talking a spinning reel, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
10 pound. 10 pounds a good line.
All round.
J braid. Yeah, 10-pound braid. Perfect.
Have any of you guys tried the live target hollow body crayfish jig?
Yeah, we did.
Any luck?
We never caught any fish on it.
Ouch.
Not that it didn't work. I didn't throw it a ton. I tried dragging
Kronos rod above has Tatula 3000 spinning casting reel.
10 pound.
10 pound.
Jaybird.
I modified that the hollow belly.
You did do some changes. I dragged it for a little bit on Rice Lake for deep water smallies, and I didn't get any hits on it. But I will also admit that I didn't get any hits on anything else either. So I don't think it was that bait. But it is a cool idea, and it is a cool looking bait. I just haven't.
They're really cool looking.
I got a bunch of them here. I just haven't had a chance, like the right situation where I was like, I'm going to throw that.
Yeah, I mixed. I flipped over the pincers, the floating pincers, and the skirt. I switched their locations, so the pincers were in front of the skirt. So when the bait goes down, the pincers come up. Because I found that the skirt was holding them down from being over top.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't come up through the skirt as much. So when I whipped them around, the pincers come up and the skirt flared all out really nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Interesting.
little dab of glue, and it was good to go.
Nice.
You got another one?
Did you guys get a hold of Mark, or should I read his question on right now?
Mark?
Or sorry, not Mark. Mike Howard.
No,
shit. Oh no, sorry, I forgot.
You can just read it out. Read it out if he's got a question.
Yeah, read it.
Ian and Mark and Sean, if you could only fish 3 baits and a tourney, what would they be? That question, and then he's going to bed.
Okay.
All right. Mine would be a black jig, a brown jig, and drop shot.
I'm gonna just say we're going for largemouth bass here. Is this what the?
No, my
target is?
drop shot was in case I had to catch smallmouth.
Okay. I will pick.
Or I had to sight fish something.
I will pick a topwater, a spook.
Okay.
A dinger. And use that, and a tube.
You lost the tournament.
Yeah.
Sean?
Jerk bait, spinner bait. And
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's too much work. I just said the dinger.
Cover a lot of water though, man.
You can cover a lot of water.
Yeah, you
I
can.
cover a lot of water in my flipping jig swimming it though.
Yeah, you cover a lot of water, and then something for flipping, whether it be a craw or. I'm a big fan of that.
I got a question for you. If you had one Daiwa bait casting reel, and you had to, we had to agree. The good folks at Daiwa Canada came to us and they were like, "You can use one reel this year." What one would it be?
The Tula 200 SV.
200 SV? What would you use?
Well, I've never thrown an SV, but I really like the concept. Perfect for a guy like me.
What, are you talking about the backlashing problems?
Yes.
100. I really like the 100 for flipping and stuff, but if I had one to choose, I would probably go with the Tatula 150.
Yeah.
Just because, I flipped with it last year and it was amazing. It casts a country mile to throw frogs on. I like the 150. I do like the 100 a lot, though. It casts a country mile, too. But it actually casts so far that you can get into your backing.
That's
like,
really?
Yeah, like you can whip that thing out there and you can get into your back for the one.
I can huck it out there a mile, and I'm not
right.
dead
It's
yet.
going to work awesome for the flipping jig and flipping. But if I had to choose one, I would do the 150. I haven't used the 200 Tatula yet, but I'm really interested in using that for pike fishing.
Good answer.
That was my question. You got any
can't
more,
wait
Amber?
to go
Keep
pike
firing
fishing.
them out. Let's do some rapid fire here. Let's fire them out there.
Hi, crew. Has the chatterbait taken over the spinnerbait? If so, what is your chatterbait setup?
Ooh. So last year I threw it on the Andy Montgomery skipping rod that I really liked throwing the chatterbait on. Man, I've never caught a smallmouth on a chatterbait, I don't think. Maybe one or two. But I think that the chatterbait works so well for largemouth because of the vertical line, and that thing pounds.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like
You
a
can
rattle.
feel it,
Yeah,
eh?
like, man, you can really feel it.
Yeah.
I do think that in a lot of ways it is replaced the spinnerbait, but if you watch the last couple MLF Bassmaster Classic events, the spinnerbait's there.
Sure it is.
Everybody's
Sure it
throwing
is.
the spinnerbait with the red Colorado blade in the last two events over the chatterbait. I think there's just a time and a place where you should be casting a chatterbait, and there's a time and a place you should throw a spinnerbait. So you shouldn't put your spinnerbaits away. And if you're fishing smallmouth, I would throw a white spinnerbait over any kind of chatterbait.
Another
I agree.
question?
100%.
I concur.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't think it's replaced spinnerbaits, but I think it's just another,
I think in some
another
way,
arsenal.
I think in some ways, like the new generation is throwing more chatterbaits than spinnerbaits, but you really see when times are tough on the MLF and FLW or on any of the big tours, that spinnerbait comes out. Guy like
that
I-
vibrating jig came out this
me
weekend.
hawking-
This week during MLF, that vibrating jig played a big part in a lot of guys' arsenal.
yes, for sure.
Dirty water, right?
Right, but I feel like there's some, but maybe there's just guys who are really good at throwing the chatterbait, and there's really guys who are really good. I've never seen Jason Christie throw a chatterbait. Not that he probably does, but that guy's a spinnerbait legend. Van Dam's a spinnerbait man.
Yeah.
So I think there's just a time and a place, and if they won't hit the spinnerbait, they'll probably hit the chatterbait, and if they won't hit the chatterbait, they're probably going to hit the spinnerbait. It's two kind of like they're not the same either, right? Like,
they're moving baits that vibrate.
I feel like a chatterbait is peaking on their sense of that lateral line versus a spinnerbait that's peaking on their sense of a cloud of bait fish.
Well, depending on the size of the spinners too, right? 'Cause
Yep.
The grotto blade to the willow.
But I wouldn't suggest anybody, like I would fish a spinnerbait over a chatterbait for smallmouth every single time.
Yeah.
White. It's a little red in there. Willow blades.
Oh, I'm flat white.
Flat white.
Straight white.
I like
White,
little
white,
red.
white.
White.
Questions?
Jeff from OFC
Oh, yeah. Hi,
Hey,
Jeff.
wants
Yo,
to
yeah.
know what Sean's bar tab was on Sunday night.
I'd like to know that.
I'd
too.
like to know that too.
Did you get a receipt?
What was it, Sean?
Yeah, what?
Your bar tab on Sunday night.
His girlfriend might be watching. Yeah.
Well, we drank.
How's the movie?
We
How's the
drank.
movie last night?
Well, we ordered tables of drinks. And
Yeah, he
wasn't-
did order.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, give me one. No, give me like 16 and 2 more.
Yeah. That's the first time I've ever been in a bar where they had like your 6-pack, and they would just give it to you opened. Because
Well,
I was
they were screwed if they didn't.
Yeah.
Like take the care of this guy for an hour. You know.
Yeah.
Like I walked by Chris Grohl and I was like, "Have you seen Sean?" And he was like, "He's getting more drinks." And I was like, "Damn." I was gonna give him some cash. He got me a couple beers, and Chris goes, "Oh, I have a 6-pack of Corona here if you want to."
There you go.
Yeah, and I was like, "All right, see you later, man. I'm off."
We waited so
More
long at
mingle.
the
You
bar.
took the 6-pack and left.
No, I took 2, and I was like double fished, and I was like, "Back to mingle."
Yeah.
Let's go. Ask a elite guy stupid questions.
Yeah, we were ordering 12 drinks at a time.
Yeah, I seen you
Just
with,
because
with a whole
like
table
the weight
full.
up, like it was packed in
Yeah,
there.
like 12 double ryes and 12 beers, right?
If you didn't buy them like
Wow.
that, you weren't getting another drink for hours.
No.
And then we proceeded to get just lit. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
But that's what you do. Like on the final day when it's all over, like you got to have a few.
Those guys, they're champions to be fishing that many days and then all night. They probably hadn't eaten. I know
No,
a bunch of them.
well,
hadn't
later on.
eaten.
At the end of
Yeah.
the night, I ended up in a back room. Like after
bet you
everybody
did.
left, I ended up in a
Yeah.
with a bunch of the guys, and
Mm-hmm.
you know that was pretty cool. But you really get on a personal level with them back there, and they're
Yeah.
just like, holy man, I can't believe the people out there, and they're just like, and you see the frustration that some of them didn't do so well, and you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just, you know, they're just done with it. And we ate a lot of pizza and we had some good conversation, but
That's sweet.
you know, there was you see it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see it.
Any more?
Yep.
You can line them up.
We have Joel Parisi.
Yep.
Wants to know. I know it was an April Fool's joke, but what about early bass fishing?
Should be open April 15th. I don't care what
We
anybody.
all
like
know
the
how
first thing
Ian
I read
feels
today.
I
about
don't
this.
care.
Fool's
It
joke
makes
is
me. It is an April Fool's joke, and I'm glad that don't go fishing open season. But man,
Yeah, you fooled me. When I
Yeah.
read that, like, I was one of the first things I read today.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Like,
it
what?
should be open. I think it's ridiculous. It's not. And anybody who wants to argue that it should be closed is. They're entitled to their opinion. Stupid that I can't. Like, if I live to be 80 years old, I will only have got to fish bass for 40 years because half my life it was closed.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what?
Jeez.
And every time somebody
That's the way
listen
you
here,
look
there's
at
a new
things,
one because I hear this a lot. There's all kinds of other species to fish for. Well, listen, I don't want to fish for other species, right? This is like you telling a hockey player that you don't have to bring your stick; you can figure skate because they both have skates. It's not the same thing. Bass fishing is better in everything. A lot better than bass fishing.
So there.
You know
Wow.
what? Here's my new plan to make this happen. Why does the Ministry of Natural Resources not charge? So we went to Tennessee and you could buy a fishing license, then
Yeah.
you had to buy a trout tag.
Yes.
Why don't you sell me a catch and release tag for bass fishing? I'll pay an extra $100 a year.
No, a catch and release license, but a keep tag.
What do you mean?
You got to buy the tags if you want to keep them, like a deer tag.
No.
Yeah. If
I
you
think
want
that-
to keep
I
a
think
fish,
that-
you got to buy a tag.
Why would you
I
wanna
think
keep it back?
we should open bass fishing March
No, but if
15th.
you want to keep a fish, you have to buy a tag to keep that fish.
Oh.
Oh, I get that. That's
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
I think that's like I would do it that way because I don't keep fish, but I don't think
Right.
that would solve our problem.
No.
I think that if you open bass fishing catch and release season between March 15th, like an early season additional, that just charge extra money. And then take all that money and put it into restocking or something to do with bass fishing or
something.
Spend the money on bass fishing. Don't open Lake Simcoe or Lake Ontario early because of the smallmouth and the gobies. Blah la 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 la. $100. You know how many guys who don't care to really fish bass hard are not going to pay that $100 when they can't keep the fish? That's the answer right there. We'll generate some money, right? We'll make tourism boom. Doug Ford, if you're listening, call me. We'll get another $100 out of these guys, and we're gonna catch some bass early. We should be going right now. I don't want to get geared up for pike.
I like spring pike.
So you're
man.
telling
I love
you
spring
like
pike.
so if you're telling
I love
me
just getting out casting.
no. If you're telling me that you could either go spring pike fishing or spring largemouth bass fishing, you would be so jacked up to pike.
I think I would do both.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't.
I think I would. Yeah,
I would.
Yeah, I would.
Spring's the best time to pike fish.
Right, it takes some pressure off the walleye. I would probably go walleye fishing opening weekend and never walleye fish again. I would just get right back to my bass
I
fishing.
usually do.
Let's charge some more money. If that's the issue and we're worried about what's going to happen, let's just make it $200. I'll pay $200.
If you start that,
Well, man, we got to do something. Like, oh man, I want to practice fishing. I don't want to practice pike fishing. I don't want to practice
I see where
crappy
you're coming
fishing.
from.
I want to practice.
You got to pay to play early.
Yeah, that's right.
You're kind
You're
of
like it's like a bonus thing, right? Like you pay
Early season tag.
$100 or $200 or $50 or whatever.
Then they would need the policing for that because that would be going out there without a tag and guys would be fishing everywhere. They'd have to go to everywhere.
Yeah, but if we just nuke the first one, like here's the problem with the MNR and these rules. Is that they just give people their licenses back.
Yeah.
They write fines. They don't take them to court. The first one you catch, keep a bass in April, take his house. Yeah. Take his boat. Take his fishing rods. Take the truck that drove the boat there.
That's pretty.
Right? If they kick the door open on the crack house, they don't just write you a fine. They take you to jail. Listen, if you keep a fish,
there's a big difference.
Listen,
from crack to bass, man.
No, there's not. There's
like total opposite end.
I'm not. No, not at all. If you fill your freezer full out of season walleye, they should. You should go to jail for theft.
Sure
you should go for theft. You stole from all of us.
Yep.
If you shoot an animal out of season, a moose, you should go to jail for theft.
what about that bear?
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it was
And
disgusting.
like terrible thing, and those people aren't hunters. But those people should go to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should.
For murder.
Yeah.
They did go to jail.
Did they?
They
Good.
did go- yeah,
Good.
they-
Good.
Oh yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like
Those
it
two
was like-
guys in Alaska, right? The
The
father and
hybrid.
son. that
Don't
killed the bear
just
in the
don't just
south,
like
the two cubs.
you shouldn't get like $150 fine for poaching. I've never poached anything in my life, right? But I'm paying the consequences because the 10% can't follow the rules. So when you like, if they kick your door in and you've broken the law with crack cocaine, right? And you have like 7 Mercedes Benz and a Hummer and a mansion, they don't just write you a fine and go, well, you can keep the house and the cash. Right? So why do we let people poach fish and then we just let them keep the boat and the rods and the license? Take it all. If you made an example of 3 or 4 of them and posted it on Facebook, it'd be over.
Yeah,
right?
I think
Like I don't understand why we're banning licenses for a year or two. Just take them away forever. There's nobody in Canada who has the right to fish. This is a privilege for everyone, and you're ruining it for the rest of us.
I just have a quick question.
Yes, go ahead.
I know it's not fishing, but it's hunting.
Mhm.
When I lived in north of Port Hope,
Yep.
we lived in the country, and we had clearly marked property that had the red
Dots?
dots all over our property, just to make sure. My dad caught somebody hunting on our property. Do you have rights
Nobody ever
as
seen
a
that man again.
landowner to take their license, their guns, and the deer? Do you have rights
I
to
don't
do
know.
that? If someone's hunting
You can
from
charge
the
them with
road-
trespassing, but
Yeah,
I don't.
I would
think
call the
the
police before I
animal
tried to
will
take
go
somebody's
somewhere
gun.
else.
Road. They
Yeah.
weren't. They weren't even on the property. They were like on the road.
I'm not sure, Sean.
hunting from there.
Sean would know better than.
What's that?
I don't think you're
That's preoccupied
empowered
there.
to take
If
someone
somebody's
else's right.
poaching on your property and trespassing, do you have
Shoot
the
'em.
right?
Yeah, go home.
Do you have the right to
Can
take
you
their
take-
gun?
Yeah.
Can you take their gun and their stuff because they're on your property? Can you ask them to hand over their firearm?
Well, this is the thing. You're going to go up and try to take a guy's gun off
I'm
him
not.
while he's on your property? No.
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 It's probably better to just
No.
let it slide and call
No
it.
one said it was a
his
wise
gun.
thing to do.
Like-
It's his gun. Just no reason to
Shoot
get the
him in
guy
the
anymore.
kneecap?
Just call the authority.
Yeah, no,
As
probably
a
not good idea.
citizen, you're not.
That or get
you're
far
not
away from
empowered
him and
to
shoot him
take
first.
Not
someone's
powered to take
Shoot him
someone.
first.
Wow.
weapon.
Okay, so
Because the whole citizen arrest thing. What can you?
But don't do it with a person that has a gun.
I was gonna say like
that's for something else.
What if you got a bigger
you
gun?
go in with your own gun.
Yeah.
Because that's kind
And
of
have a shoot off.
Just call the OPP.
No, yeah, you should probably just call that one in.
Yeah.
Probably not worth dying over.
No, yeah, it's an offense, right? You gotta legal stuff.
But yeah, so I feel like if we just crack down on anybody poaching, and we got rid of that 10% of people who can't follow the rules, then we could do some more stuff. And I think that it's like the ministry. Like I don't understand why. So I heard you lose if you're talking on your cell phone or texting while you're driving. It's $1,000 fine and 3 day suspension.
Yeah, they
Something
just
like
put it
that.
up.
Yeah.
Eating too.
Yeah.
Eating.
Right?
Drinking.
I like
What?
that.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
What?
they just redid all the laws.
We just
So, I don't
ate
know-
our dinner on the way home.
I know.
But you know what I mean?
You were like
Living on the
you were like
edge.
opening like sauce.
Like realistically,
Like
if you
sauce for
poach
me to
free
dip
walleye,
in.
you'd probably get $150, $200 fine. If you took it to court, they throw it out because they're not going to fight you over it. Like that's the sad part.
I'm not
But
allowed to
like,
eat and drive. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm hung up on it. I'm not allowed to eat and drive.
No.
Nope.
You're not allowed to eat and drive.
Or
Even
drink.
drinking a coffee.
I'm surprised they
You
let you
can't drink a
smoke.
coffee?
No,
Is this gonna be the death of the drive-through?
It's called.
Oh.
Oh.
I doubt
No.
that.
Like,
People
why
are
can you go through?
lazy.
Why can you go through?
Well, you're not supposed
The
to be
Tim
eating and
Hortons.
driving anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
Like drinking your coffee.
coffee
having a-
though, you know.
Yeah,
I
but
think
then
if
you
they-
look at Texas and you're allowed to drink beers and drive. So that doesn't make any
What?
sense to me.
What?
Where?
No,
Yeah,
you can't drink it.
Yes,
can't do
you
that.
can.
In Florida, you can. You can
Yes,
have
you
roadies.
can.
Amy likes to drive to Florida.
You're gonna
and
roadies
she
in
drives
Florida.
through Texas and drinks beer.
Open alcohol in the vehicle.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
the driver
Absolutely.
can't be drinking.
Yeah.
Yes,
As
you
a
can.
driver.
As
Yeah,
a
yeah,
driver,
can.
you can be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
roadies.
As long as you're not
Hydration
drunk.
costs too much.
Yeah, you
because
can't
it
be
gets too
drunk.
hot down there. You just can't be drunk. You can have
Have a
open beers.
lemonade.
It doesn't matter.
Or an iced tea.
Have a sweet tea.
That's weird.
So, yeah, that's my
Wow.
vote. Just nuke a couple. You know, like if I even in like
Wait,
if I was
what?
stupid enough to poach, nuke me. I can't believe that people have fishing shows who got caught poaching.
Oh god.
That's how strict these laws are. Hey, that guy got caught poaching. Let's give him a sponsorship and make his dreams come true.
Yeah, that's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally sounds like a good plan. And then give like other people trouble, and then get that person to educate other people on fishing, and then wonder why people poach. It doesn't make sense.
So that's happened.
What's
Yes.
going on right now?
They got a show.
Yeah.
Guys that did it. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, they both have them.
I didn't see the story completely.
Not this-
Yeah, he
not
does a
the
vlog
band.
all the time.
Next question. Do we have any more?
Why hasn't a Canadian ever won the classic? Let's change that.
I think
There's
that
only
a
been
Canadian
two
is going,
people in the
Yeah, I
classic,
think
yeah.
that's changing. There's going to be more people headed
Yeah.
south. I think that Corey and Chris have a really good, and Gussie have
Yeah.
a really good chance at doing this.
Well, Gussie better pick up his shoes if he's going to make the classic.
I think that Charles
Come
Sims
on,
has a really
Gussie.
good chance at winning a Forest Wood Cup someday too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Team Chris.
It was good to see him and Rob Jackson down at the.
It was
Yeah, it
really
was,
good.
eh?
Rob Jackson had quite the
Adventure.
Quite the 3
Oh
days. eh?
god.
Yeah, I checked out his videos. They were awesome.
Hey, Moriam?
He was busy.
Yeah, he did really
Yeah.
well.
You went out with Van Dam.
Did you see the tie in the FLW event on Grand? Tough way to get second.
Yeah, I think it was because I heard this too. I don't remember how they did the tie break, but it was a little cheeky. I just heard it this morning on BTL too. Cheeky. Sucks that a tie to lose in any way. They used to
Really?
send guys.
I never heard nothing about that.
Yeah, they used to send guys out here, and I think in the States too. Like launch the boats and the first one to catch it legally.
Yeah, fish off.
Yeah, a fish off at the
Sudden
end of like
death.
CSFL event.
Yeah,
Went
yeah.
out there, the first one to catch a legal sized bass, bring it back, weigh it in, you won.
Really?
Kalanka and somebody did it one time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I heard about this. Run
Pretty
back
cool.
out, put the boats back in the water.
Wow.
When their boats still be in the water.
Well, not everybody, right? Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? They took
Yeah,
them
yeah.
out, weigh their fishing after,
Yeah, yeah,
like while
yeah.
they're waiting for their check.
Yeah,
tie,
yeah. I guess,
everybody
yeah.
back in the pool. Let's do her.
That'd be different.
Any more? Or are we getting close to the end?
I just got a text.
Did you?
Rich Asen says,
Hey, Rich.
when
Hey,
is the
Rich.
first female? He messaged me personally.
Nice.
Oh wow,
Whoa,
creepy,
whoa, whoa.
creepy.
Ooh.
When is the first female angler going to fish the Bassmaster Classic?
Well, we did hear while I was there that Aaron Martin's daughter won the California Collegiate Bass Tournament. And
Yeah.
he said on stage that she is an excellent angler.
Well, Zaldane wife too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes. So Aaron thought that his wife, daughter, was good enough to fish the Elite Series, and that like she could make
Whose
a real
daughter?
good. Aaron Martin's.
Oh,
Yes.
awesome.
So there is women coming. I think there was.
I
There's
think
just been
in
a
the
bit of a
next
gap.
year or two, you will see a woman.
We
in
will
the
see
Elite
somebody.
Series. Yeah.
Right, we're seeing them in college fishing. We're seeing more and more on the water, and it's going to be awesome for fishing.
I think it'll be Trade Zaldane.
I think she'll make it too.
One of the high school thing, we were at the Bassmaster Classic there. When they did the high school weigh-in, a girl and.
That's awesome. It's good to see.
Yeah,
Sport needs more.
Yeah, she won the gold.
The more, the sport needs more of that. Any more questions?
Yes.
Okay, we got to make them rapid fire because it's
How is that prop on the table spinning?
on a on it's on a
top
spinning motor.
No,
Oh,
no.
sorry.
Trade
Sorry.
secret.
FearFishing
Sorry,
secret.
can't tell you.
Ever hit buffalo for early bass?
I did one time and it was really tough, but I plan to go on this year.
Chris Tosca wants to know how
No.
is this blog so long.
My answer is no.
Next.
Next. Pass.
Sadly, the only right we have to take is to make a phone call to the police with your question, Amy, and it's distracted driving for your question, Brian. So even changing your radio, you have to drink with a straw.
Ooh,
It's true, yeah.
Good to know.
You
Good
have
to know.
use a straw.
Good to know.
Tea with a straw.
We were talking today, Woody and I, about the new laws in drone flying too.
Yeah,
like how
big time.
complicated that.
Oh yeah.
That's becoming, and we won't be flying a drone.
What's that? What do you mean?
Well, we were talking about shooting some footage this summer around the boats and stuff, but
B-roll.
yeah, B-roll. But you need a license now. You got to file a flight plan. And even
Oh
if
my
we
gosh,
if we
really?
were to pop
Yeah.
that drone up real quick and take a shot, if someone saw it and reported it, we could still get in trouble.
Really, eh?
Yeah, it's
You know
not
what?
easy.
It is an
Bunch of
invasion of
narcs.
privacy.
It is.
It is.
It kind of
It is.
Well,
Yeah.
too many people did some bad
Stupid
stuff.
things. Yeah,
Stupid
yeah.
That's a little much. There should be a certain height restriction that you can set the drone to go and not go above that. You wouldn't be in anybody's airspace.
Yeah,
Are we,
but
are we
I've heard-
fighting?
I've
Are
heard
we going
so
to
many
fight
of my
this?
friends-
No.
Are we fighting early bass fishing and drone flying? Is that where the fight is?
Next.
Is this what we're making happen?
Outside city limits.
Do we got any more questions?
No.
Things we didn't get to tonight.
All
Steelheading.
of them.
Steelheading is, coming along. MLF, JPAL 1. Good work on him. Rich Asen on location. Shout out to him. Make sure you follow Rich on. He's doing like local reports of
How do
the
you spell
water
his name?
condition. Aesen.
What? Where did the H come from?
Aesen.
Rich Aasen.
Perfect. Follow him. He's a good dude. I watched his little video today. We need more updates. Brian and Amy stole your trailer.
Yeah.
Grandmother stole your trailer. That's a sad day.
Did. I know.
That
It
sucks.
was bittersweet.
It was very sad.
Bittersweet. April Fool's joke went epically today. Final thoughts, Mark?
Jeez. You know, every show I'm not prepared for this. You know this.
Yeah.
I think
No,
I
me
learned by
neither.
now.
Yeah.
I've had a bunch of friends lose family members in the last week, especially yesterday and stuff. Just wanted to say we're thinking of you and stay strong for your family.
Good
Be
one.
there,
Good
Rock.
one.
Good one.
Absolutely. I also want to say don't hold back. If you want to go and do something, make sure you go and do it. Like going down to the classic.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to go down. I knew I wanted to be there, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna book it. I'm gonna go.
That's a really good one.
You know.
Amber. Like, are you surprised that we came to you?
Yeah, I am. I'm still. I'm hugging
Say
family
anything.
tight.
Anything.
Oh, Isaac won his hockey tournament. and
Yeah, he
Emma won
did.
her volleyball tournament.
He won Red Hat.
Yeah. OMHA.
Ontario.
Yeah.
Bantam
Good.
champions.
Right on, sweet.
Yeah, beat some team
Good for
from down by Sarnia, Windsor.
Yeah. Good for them.
Yeah.
Bell River.
Congrats,
Bell
boys.
River. Shout out to Bell River who finished second.
Bell River.
Good work. I want to announce too that today Isaac and I played NHL 15 on the Xbox 360 and I beat him 2-1.
Oh, whatever.
So technically I'm the Red Hat
But
champion
it's
now.
such an old game.
I'm just throwing it out there. It's not like he wasn't born in 2015. Woody, you got a final thought, my man?
Yeah, looking forward to heading south.
Yeah, where are you going?
Where are you
Dude,
going?
We're going to where am I going? Oh, Dominican.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm on the spot.
Yeah. Punta Cana.
I
So
loved
if
it there.
You're in Punta Cana, just yell Woody.
Get some of
Say
this
what's
stuff.
up.
Yes.
Get some Mama
You'll be
John.
here for the next show?
Mama
I'll be here
Juana.
for the next show, yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Mama
Brian, you got
Juana.
any dates?
Got some dates.
Throw them out here.
Gonna hang out with a little guest at the house there too, I guess too.
Yeah,
What
we
do you
get
think?
little Ruby.
Ruby, yeah, they're gonna
Oh,
dog sit
nice.
for us.
That's super cool.
So Friday I'm at Arthur's 9 to 12. Arthur's in Coburg, in the Best Western Plaza there. That's Friday. Saturday, I'm up in Peterborough at McThirsty's Pub, or McThirsty's Pint, I believe it's called. It's 10 to 2 on Saturday in Peterborough, if anyone's around there.
Wow.
And then next
Cool.
weekend.
Oh, yeah, the next week I'm out there too. I guess I have 2 weeks before we're back here, right? So
Yeah.
At the Thirsty Goose in Port Hope on the 12th.
Friday night. the
Friday
12th.
night. That's at 8 to 12. Yeah.
Aim.
Come out and say hi.
Yeah, for sure. We're trying to make it one of those.
We got
Gotta
the
go
4th
on
of Spring Fishing and Boat Show, or the 4th of Cottage Time Show.
Yeah.
This week
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah. This weekend.
You going
Yeah.
up to that?
No, I'm not.
You're not gonna?
No, I'm going to the East Hill sale.
I'll be at East Hill, and then I'm gonna go up there.
Yeah,
Saturday.
We
I'll
got
be at
Float Your
East
Fanny,
Hill.
too.
I don't even talk about that.
Don't
No,
forget
I'm doing
I'm
the comedy show.
Are
Yeah.
you really?
Show.
Yeah, I'm going to it.
Figures.
Are you
Oh,
going?
I thought you were saying
I'm
you were
not
doing
doing
it.
it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, you're funny.
That's so
I know,
funny.
let's be real.
It was all this time.
Do you,
All
do you have
this
a
time
final
and I
thought,
didn't
Amy?
even know.
Not really. I don't really. Yeah, I don't.
Buy one beard trim, get one free. Do you have a beard trim card?
I don't have a beard trim.
Stamp it.
A stamp?
Stamp. the
Okay, so
beard.
here's what you
Card.
do, everybody. Bring your McDonald's thing,
No.
and Amy, if you buy 10 beard
not
trims,
happening.
Amy,
you'll get
no.
one free. That's the new one. Tell them FearFishing sent you. My final thought.
Look, yeah, you just pissed every woman off in this place.
My thought. Amber will cover this discount deal too.
Oh my God, Ian.
She's got steam coming out of her ears.
Bring your McDonald's card. Get 10 beard trims. Get the 11th free.
That's not happening.
Bum, bum, bum. My final thought is I will be at East Hill Outdoors on Thursday and Saturday for the big sale. There's a ton of Daiwa products. If you are the first, I think there's 20 or 22 Viego combos. Buy a reel, get a
Ridiculous.
free rod. Steal of a deal, $129.
For a combo.
I'm coming to that on Thursday.
A
Yeah?
whole combo.
I'll be there too, Woody.
I'm gonna be fishing that Perch Master Classic. We
Yeah,
talked about.
we got to make some moves to get you that.
Yeah, so
Looked after. My final.
What's this? What's the Perch Master Classic? What's
What
this?
does
What's
it
this?
sound like, Mark?
What are
What
you
does it sound
afraid to
like?
tell me?
I don't know, but I want in on this. That's
Yeah.
what I want to.
We may be able to make that a whole event.
Right?
My final thought is last week I got to go to the Kawartha High School Bass Club. I had super time. I was not supposed to speak. I kind of just mooched along with Mr. Kyle Crothers as he did his Daiwa Speaks because Chris and Corey were speaking. I thought they'd let out some of the juice to the high schoolers, and they didn't. They just pretty much said stay in school and don't do drugs. It was a good chat, though. But you know what? I did do a little speech about being a good and basically I'm a good person, but my goal of this was that we can't all be as good as Corey and Chris. And I've donated a ton of money to Corey and Chris over the years. But if Corey and Chris win a tournament or anybody else, please go over and shake their hand and be a good sport. And because when you win a tournament, you really want those guys to come over and share in your big moment. Treat people like you want to be treated, and you'll get a lot farther in life. Thank you so much to the high school bass club who let me sit in. Every kid in the room came over and thanked me for coming and took a picture with me, and it was real. I was really overwhelmed by that kind of support, and they all said they watched the vlog.
It's the future of our sport, right
That
there.
is,
Yeah,
for
man.
sure. Absolutely. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in 2 weeks. If somebody grows a set and wants to call in 2 weeks, let us know. Talk to you soon.
Good night.
Thank you.
First game.